My brother is unique in that he makes a shit ton of noise, though. So I think most people's brothers... Bringing animals is like the same thing. I like it's nice and quiet, baby. I didn't even change the volume. How is it right now? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? It's probably too quiet, right? It's always more quiet than it sounds for me, which is really annoying. Nice! Deep hard DP. Anti-air DPs do beat air normals, like pretty reliably. You don't see it that often as an option, even though it's a lot better than people treat it. It's just so risky. The success rate on anti-air DP is really high because people don't do empty jump parry that much. Because people don't anti-air DP that much. But there's still quite a good mix-up. Even if you're always going to anti-air DP, there's still quite a good mix-up on when you do your DP and which version it is. Granted, you can react to Ken's hard DP version just by seeing the fire. Yes, it's a bad idea to main Q. Every character in this game works except 12 and Sean. If you want to main whoever you want to main them. Deep medium DP was optimal damage there. He did early light DP. But he got 3 hits of his EX Tatsu, so there was no juggle. Light DP is 3 JP each, I think. So if you have 2 EX Tatsu hits, you get to 5 with a light DP. Ish. I wouldn't even say that's a lot. People anti-air parry a lot, but jump-in parries, there's too little opportunity. There's just not that big of a window. Because you can't hit buttons as you're landing. And then your frame disadvantage if you actually empty jump. You take too long to land, the opponent's like throw tech like beats anything you can do upon landing. So it's either gotta be jump in parry into like throw almost instantly, which is kinda awkward. Or like defensive throws you land, which is super awkward. Or like super late button press, which still loses to DP if they do a late DP, which is like when they probably want to do it. Although again, there's like a random component to it. There's less opportunity cost for the guy on the ground for going for OS parry than the guy in the air going for OS parry, because the guy in the air has to commit a lot sooner. No juggle here, I don't think. I think you need to launch first, but I don't even know that. This is too high. That would have killed. Ooh. That's a wild DP. That's scary. It's scary when a Ken's willing to do dash forward DP stuff. That was nice. Should have been maybe definitely should have been a super. Left forward super. Oh shit, is it cut off? Oh no, you're just being sarcastic as hell. That combo is still gonna go on for a little bit though. Not only did he have the like DP, Akuma's super does surprisingly low damage for what it's worth. It's very weak in that light Tatsu combo. It does like half of what Ken's HP was there, if not less. But you gotta juggle afterwards too. If you do 2 hits of what is this laggy ass footage? It is a useful super. It's just in that context it's weak as hell. Can you combo into Demon? Yes. You need a back turn to combo into Demon, and Akuma's... I think Akuma's only way of getting a back turn is far roundhouse. So theoretically, if you get far roundhouse and it instantly cancel it to Demon, it combos. But you'll almost never see anyone do that. It's like not an easy cancel anyway. And even if you can do it, it's like... the far roundhouse just doesn't come that often. One thing you can do in this game is the forward for the demon can be used as a parry. So you can do parry demon if you buffer it, right? Easy on wake up, hard anywhere else. Favorite play for every character? I can't answer that question quickly. I'm not even sure I can answer it at all. Oh yes, my favorite Yang is Roshikari. It's gonna take way too long and be way too no context if I answer that. I'll just say my favorite play ever, and it's YSB. My favorite Oro is Dirty Ompu because I learned everything I know from him. And like 3 videos of him just playing. 3 10-minute videos taught me all of Aura. And it's just gameplay footage with no commentary. No English commentary. It's fucking footage, though. It's very jittery and laggy. I don't like it. TM is a good one. TM's not even my favorite Q, but he's, like, definitely good. There's also Kuroda naturally, but also, oh, that's it. That's the list. Is that actually, like, 19 names? 2, 6, 6. If that's the right number of Kurodas, that's great. I don't even know there's 19 characters in this game. 19 sounds right, but I always forget if that's counting or not counting Gil, who you wouldn't count. Key's quite a good Q player. There's another one still. Out. Out's the good Q player. Key's not a good Q player. He's an okay Q player. But Out is a very good Q player. There's not very much footage of him, but every time he's playing, it's like crazy good. There's a couple other kind of notable ones. It's literally OUT. Yeah, all caps. Crouch fierce. Counter poking with heavies is easy in this game, but counter poking in general is not. But you got that input priority. I don't like these EX fireballs. Ken's using quite a lot of Hadoken. I don't see that much in this game. Hardest thing to parry. It's not going to be... Hardest single thing is a lot easier than hardest, like, setup, because there are some setups that are nigh unparryable. The hardest single thing is probably... I don't know. There are a lot that aren't that hard to parry, but it's easy to fuck up because of how fast it is. Like Ibuki's SA1, I full parry that. If I know it's coming, I can full parry it probably 70% of the time. But if you miss one kunai, the rest of the super hits you, and they're so fast. So it's a lot more inconsistent to parry than like something where the hits are more spaced. If I get the first parry on Ken's Super 3, I can parry the whole thing every time. But Ibuki, no way. Ugh. Suppose I didn't reach, to be honest. Lariat? Parry to Lariat? Meterless Lariat is, there just aren't that many opportunities to really use it. It like would be a good special move if there were setups, but there aren't setups. If Hugo had like low strong cancel, and he could cancel into light lariat and it was a combo, it would be fantastic. It'd be a great special move. But because he has literally no way to combo into it at all, a clap, and anytime you can get a clap into it, you can do something better. Because I think only hard clap goes into it, right? Or maybe hard and medium, but then you can get a light clap instead. Of course Hugo would be a better character with a fucking way to combo into Lariat. Or like a cancel below strong. How could that make him worse? Hugo's lack of combo options. He's not horrible. He has some worse matchups than most characters in this game. He's certainly functional. He benefits a lot from parry. Of course, he also gets a little fucked over by it, but you know, he benefits a lot from it too.
可能性があるという指摘がありますね。
そうなんだ。
大平さん、まさかサードを捨ててアイマスを取りに行くっていうスタイルですか？
それはちょっと
そしたらこれ名前
ですか？
これ変えないとダメだよ。それアイマスでにそんなやっちゃダメだよ。サードステ
Get
ィ
him?
ーブですからね。
No, it's pre-jump.
違いますよ。
How about that? What do you think about that? Opponent jumps out. Opponent preemptively, pre-freeze, jumps out of an SA1, and then Hugo parries him on the way down.
やってしまった。
IMZ jump short swing blows, cheap
こ
as
れ
hell.
大平さんアイマスですか？
Fuck
それ
Dudley.
ともアイマス
Hugo's anti-air hitboxes on his normals are not great. Stance jab is probably the best one.
やめて。
Stance strong hits pretty high too, but you can't do it on reaction to a jump and have it work very well.
新潟からお越しの
It's just not that fast.
本日の東西線の
Early air normal will probably beat it.
株式会社いちご名阪の提供でお送りしております。
Ken didn't react.
おいしいおいしい新潟南蛮エビせんべい。新潟は赤い太い甘い南蛮エビ。そう。
いない時にドライ
Oh, that was cool. That short swing blow was like
いや
perfect.
でもね、これはね、多分見てますからドライさんも。あ、こういうのだからね、ドライさんね、お土産。
Nice.
こういうものだと。
こういうだよ。
Wonder what Dudley was caught doing. Taking the throw.
職人ありがとう、職人。
Oh, that was it. He baited that tech like nothing. That looked like a red parry attempt. I think he blocked one hit and then ate it. Yeah, he did. It was a red parry attempt. Smart. One block and parry is the easiest way out of that. And it's definitely not that hard. A better overhead presence is pretty strong. A better punishing super, although Ryu super option... It's hard to call whose supers are better between Ken and Ryu. SA3 is a very, like, great super all around. It's probably the most all around good super in the whole game. But to be honest, Ryu supers aren't horrible, and Denshin is actually really good as well. I don't think Ryu Super 1 and Super 2 are as good as Shifu, but Denshin really could be. Depends on who you ask. Denshin's not as consistent. It's quite easy to get a stun, but there's always that possibility they'll parry out, and you only have the one bar. Shinshou is not that bad. It's probably Ryu's worst super. It doesn't have that many setups, but, you know, parry's a setup. Ryu has better burst damage than Ken. It depends. Ken has double DP as well. So Ken probably has better burst damage than Ryu once double DP is in the equation. But it's not like double DP is always available. Not only is it really hard to do, but also you can only get it off of, like, certain starters. Ryu can get his EX donkey kick off a lot of stuff. Most punish opportunities you can get credits for your EX donkey kick. So Ryu typically gets more damage than Ken in a punish scenario. Ken doesn't have anything to extend a combo like that. Ryu's EX Fireball has better frame data, but that's usually not a huge issue, but it is nice. Ken's TC and his overheads are just really good though. And then the overhead into super gives him much better Oki. He can play a pretty scary overhead. He can play a pretty scary like wake up mix up, which Ryu can't. Ryu's overhead doesn't lead to anything. Unless you do it so meaty that it's reaction parryable. Yeah, Ryu can't confirm as easily. Ryu's confirms are a lot more awkward. No ender. Dudley's top tier. He's almost always regarded as like number 5 in the game, and he used to be considered number 4 in the game. Old tier list put him even with Ken, but now most people say he's not. Dudley doesn't have a lot of players. He's really not weaker than like Ken and Makoto. If he is, he's like barely weaker. He's got decent matchups against all the actual top tiers. This is probably his worst matchup in the game, and it's not that bad. It's like 6-4. Oh. You can theoretically reaction parry Dudley's low roundhouse, but I almost never see anyone do it. That was a super confirm. Or a super punish. He had stand strong there. You can do stand strong ducking super. Dudley didn't see it. I don't blame him. It was a weird one. But he hit the stand strong, so.
ヤチ君結構俺のサブキャラとはやってくれるんですけど、俺の誠とはやりたくないって
He
いう
had super there as well on that towards medium kick.
なんか
Favorite move
さ
animation?
俺サブキャラそのためだけに練習するまであるよ。
Probably.
ちょっと
That's a hard one. I really like Chun-Li's
矢を
Kikoken.
封印した
It's a very bad move in terms of like
矢なし
effectiveness,
このは
but the way it like puffs her Chi-Pao out behind her is super cool.
やっぱ C がいいねやっぱ
It's got a very beautiful animation if you watch it frame by frame. It like generates wind that blows her clothing back.
さあスピーパーかな多分なんかボタン押したけど出なかったっすね
なるほど
Makoto's idle pose is the perfect combination of amazing and cheap.
でんでんでん最強最強でんでんでん
It's subtle. It looks terrible, but it's actually fantastic.
あーこれは
Because the point of it is that Makoto is rigid like a stone.
最強キャラ
Her clothing moves, but her body is like perfectly stationary. Look at that hitbox.
タッチ審判をタッチ審判
マジ
に潰す
で言ってんの C ですねこれはどっちかっていうか
Chun-Li players focus 99% of their efforts into learning low forward confirm. A lot of Chun-Li players, a lot of really good Chun-Li players know very little about the character.
あ、高橋さん今日9ですね
That's like what separates like the
やべえ
MOVs
めっちゃ硬くなってるよこれ
from the Yachis. Never mind, he just did it.
わかんなくなってるさあでんでんでんあれもうこれ最終形態
It's quite good in this matchup.
いってる
うんいってる
やべえ
This is one of its best, like, you know,
さあでもこれ
さあキャラタイっぽい
キャラ
ことやってる
タイっぽい
one of the best matchups for it.
あこれちなみに
I don't know, he seems to like it. You can do this against Hugo as well. Maybe also Urian?
へーうまくできてる
Annoy with blocked spinning bird
さあ
kicks.
突進が刺さる
Spinning bird kick changes a lot when the opponent can't crouch it. If you can like space the last hit or the late hits, it recovers pretty far away, and also with decent recovery.
9
PA をする前に倒したいところですかね
ですねやっぱ硬くなる
That actually hit on the ground, but Chun-Li didn't trust it. He probably thought he was hitting midair.
ここは当たってさあ
さあしゃがみくらいはさすがに減る
I've got no theories whatsoever.
うまっ
I don't think that they had any theories either, to be honest.
ヤシ君が取り返す
ヤチ君うまいね
I think they just made a weird guy, and that was that.
お番長来た番長
Well,
早い
theoretically, there's a bunch of
番長
cues.
一人
さあ中足砲力
Either that or you can just teleport. It's not clear.
やべ C の圧がだけどこれゲージないけどもうたまる厳しい
いやー膝タイプ
厳しいなこれ
しゃがみガード
厳しいなこれ
さあ冷静にガードしてヤチ君の勝ち
太郎よしさあ続いて登場が博多からお越しの太郎さんさあ号泣多分もう真面目にさ
He couldn't like hit on the way down there with anything, so he didn't have to jump parry. Ooh, I saw that. Chun-Li went for double roundhouse.
ああなるほど
I bashed this guy, but he's not even bad.
楽しむの大事ですって
そうですねさあまあまあまあまあサード戦
I just used him as an example for the nobody Chun-Li.
これしっかりと中足攻撃戦さえ出せれば多分太郎ぐらいだったらいけますねうまい
Yeah, the eye throw. That's kind of cool. That stance throw could have been super cancelled. He didn't react. Ooh, crouch jab super. That's quite difficult to do executionally.
久しぶりだから
You gotta buffer the entire super motion in that crouch jab, and it's a fast normal. It's like 3 frames. Getting like instant super from light normals is a lot harder in this game than SF4 or SF5, and it's not too easy in those games.
はいただそのあれですよねコマンド入力がやっぱりレバーさばきがうまいですよね
Hello.
あ
あ 今入れてたんですけどね。
ね、音がしましたけど。
Oh, that was a failed super, I guess.
やっぱり出ちゃう。しょうがないです。
Weird to get a Kikoken there.
さあ行くよ。
さあこれ厳しい。
Technically 5 input in this game.
料理はしっかりガード。あれマジわか
Down,
る。
down, forward, forward, down, down, forward, and then the down, forward, and the kick can be on the same frame.
C が強え。C 強えなおい。俺さん。
Wow, it ended.
かな。
Without a buffer, it's really tight though.
できると思う。
でも俺そんな
With a buffer, it's really tight.
ないよ
Fortunately, Chun-Li doesn't have any command overlap if you're canceling from crouch jab,
俺。これはね、両方強えな。
unless you're doing a half circle.
両方強いけど、これ C の方が強えな、これ多分。うん。
Frames of input lag, I don't know.
エムレスのコンボって
People didn't talk about stuff like that back when this game was being played.
4ゲージ連続。
4ゲージ使って属し。やっぱあれだね、怖いね。
Character redesign in what?
即死とか普通にあるんだもんね。
In SF5? Any character from debut until now?
いやいや、殺してないよ。
Or can I like say like the redesign of
たまたま死んで
Elena
んだ
from
よ
SF3 to SF4 or something? I actually like SF3 Elena design more than I like
いいカット
SF4.
ですね。
Well, SF4 I like more to play. It's just worse. It's worse design. Any character from SF? Gameplay or visual? I guess most characters don't really have a visual redesign, and the ones that have existed have been pretty weird. Like Ken's face and Juri's outfit and titties.
やっちまった。やっちくんやっちまった。
What did they even do to Dhalsim? They added a turban and a beard. I like it too, but you know, it's the same guy.
これよくそんなコメント打てるな、タックスな。
The beard goes a long way though.
いいわ、相当強い。
Dhalsim should have always had a beard.
さあ続いて登場がタノピッちゃん。
Oh, that was a DP, I guess.
これ、
Rhinohorn's a really weird thing to do there.
はい。
Overrolled a bit. Maybe he expects it to be on the other side.
ケツ持ちですよ、ケツ持ち。しっかりと。敵を打つって。
Yeah, Ken's outfit is great. That bodysuit with the gi kind of coming down from it.
KOF 勢やっぱりその厳しい世界で生きてますから KOF。
One of his alts
KOF いっぱい
had body paint in SF4.
生存権があるキャラ
I don't think the default did, but one of the alts did.
だからそういう中で限られた
It looks
キャラ
good.
を選択して
Sagat's the same. They just do a fucking weird little shoulder cape on him, and it looks fantastic.
98とか本当7キャラぐらいしかいないから。あのゲーム
Design went from 9 out of 10 to 10 out of 10.
サードストライクにおいてもやはり強いキャラを選ぶと。
選ばないと
はい、
生き残れない。
そういうことですね。やはりキャラセレを
I can't immediately think of any visual difference between. What is this?
あれ
He forgot what super he picked? That was really weird. That's not something you'd ever do.
マジって。
You would do if you did that. You would do it from light DP, and that way you get a knockdown into the super. But it's not a good setup in this game.
でももうゲージ溜まってますよ。
What do you guys think about Bonchan? Ooh, dash in back roundhouse.
やっぱ
Not only is that unthrowable, but it's got the God Her box.
あれは強いね。
Elena's whole body shoots upward.
あれすげえ
She dodges everything.
周りに保育させるからね。それできるできないって結構変わってくる。
そういうことね。
あんまり早く反応しすぎると持続食らっちゃうから、それが難しいんだよ。
This is not a good matchup for healing. I don't want to say it's the worst, but it's got to be up there.
俺の采配勝ち。
Makoto SA2 would also be pretty bad for you.
棚にお願いします。
Makoto SA2 is not as fast as Chun-Li SA2 though. Tarokichi. I've seen this Chun-Li around, he's quite good. This is Thanatos. This is Mr. Oro right here. Technically speaking, Thanatos has the best success against good players of all Oros, possible exception Kuroda. Chun-Li builds meter faster doing this than Oro does. And also Chun-Li's meter is more precious than Oro's is. So I would never do this in this matchup. Now Oro's making the right play. Now meter building is good for him. But for the first half it was horrible. I don't like that at all. That's true. No.
このタイミングでスパチャ来ました。
I don't know.
これこれ何のレート？
I don't know what Hugo whiffs. It's probably just fucking clap. Raw 3 stone? This is fine. Oh, he's got them desynced! Yay, look at that. He got a lot of damage. Cute. He didn't even go for a jump in. That was entirely unnecessary, but I built him some bar, I guess. No, you cannot have 2 bars at all. 6 stone and 3 stone have the same price. They both have advantages and disadvantages. 6 stone has infinite juggle potential, but lasts half the amount of time. Off the top of my head, Q back roundhouse. Although I did really enjoy, I was tickled by Oro's Super 1 and its incredibly short meter. I don't like far medium kick in this matchup. It's a dangerous button to hit. Chun-Li's crouch medium kick low profiles it completely, and there's no reason for Chun-Li to not hit that button, if you know what I mean. Because it also beats all of Oro's other buttons. Thanatos is something else. It's obvious he's skilled. He did. Corner carry plus decent damage. 3 stone. 3 stone is really strong in this matchup. Delayed low. The confirm. Oro gets that confirm only in if Tengu stones are up. Stand short, stand forward. Command grab. Someone re-uploaded it after it got taken down. It might have been Alex I don't remember his name. Alex Shaw something 777. He did a bunch of third strike tasks on YouTube. I think it was him. I don't remember who it was. Someone just observed. It was like, oh, fourth strike isn't anywhere on the internet. And he was just like, okay, let me put it back on. And he made a YouTube video that was literally just a download for it. A ranged edition is pretty easy to find, but the original fourth strike is like almost gone. That's only like the one download. I have it somewhere. What the hell? Bit too meaty there. Air throw. Whiff jump fierce. This is like almost how I fight Hugo, but better. Ford is a funny name. There are 2 different like rebalances, I think, by 2 different groups of people. Don't quote me on the 2 different groups of people. They both have cool things they do. They do different things. Arranged edition is probably... It's the more extreme series of changes. There are technically 2 different sizes of stones, but I only know of like one thing where it matters which stones you get. It's random that any given stone will be a big stone or a small stone. It's like a 50-50 per stone, I think. There's one character-specific touch of Dizzy in the corner that requires a big front stone. And it's just pure luck whether you get it or not. I don't even remember which character it's against. Oro has a surprising number of touch of Dizzies in the corner. They're not actually touch of Dizzies, but they're close.
しかったなこれ。でもいろいろ教えてもらってたな。
The one on Hugo, or not Hugo, the one on Chun-Li, Elena, and Q, I can do pretty reliably. I get it more often than I fail it.
いやなんか
There's also one that works on Shoto's, one that works on Necro and 12.
いやでもね、タラスさん見てるとさ、
There's a couple more.
すげえ楽しそうなゲームやってるの羨ましいんだよね、マジで。
He has like a touch of near stun
そうなん
for like a little over half the cast.
楽しくやんない
Or it might be a little under. It's like a surprising number of characters, and most of them you never see. I think there's one for Ibuki.
楽しくさせるじゃないですか。それがいいっすよね。
They're not all off of Roundhouse.
人柄ですよ。
Some of them are off of Far Forward. And I think there's one that's off of
さあでもマイケル
something weird.
最近やり込んでますからねマイケルさん。
One Parry. Just react to which side Chun-Li's on. Blocks his way to safety. Fairly safe way out.
え
OS Parry into block.
本当に
You can technically parry and then do Hugo Super, and it'll beat, you know, you can get that out between parries of lightning legs. It's not easy though. It's already hard to do Hugo Super fast.
まあそうだ食うぐらいのところ
Doing Hugo Super after a parry is like, you know,
あそこら辺な
if you're a Hugo player, you should know it, but it's, I always thought it was kind of hard. But getting it between like the fastest parries that don't involve a projectile.
おお
読んでた。
でも今のセットプレーも強いですよね。
そう。
リープ当たるかなと思ったら当たんなかった
It's gotta be instant. You've got to actually store it in the parry.
ちょうどあの距離になるんですね。なんか俺もああいうの欲しいなセットプレー。当たるかな
Whenever I play Hugo, I always use SFA3.
当たらない辛さみたいなそういう
I
の
don't like having to worry about that 720. And I like the utility that SA3 provides, and I like being able to confirm it from claps or jabs.
じゃああれじゃ
ジャン
なくて
プ台系壊しはやってとかやってるでしょ。
やってねえし
新しいね、その切り方。や
やっててね
っねえし。
えよそんなの
Oof.
やべ前くれたの
It's definitely possible to red parry 720. Like, I mean, obviously it's possible, but it's like, it's feasible to red parry 720. It's just really hard. It's just a red parry and then a 720. The game freezes for a little bit every time you do a parry. Well, I shouldn't say the game freezes. Both the player and the opponent freeze. The player and the thing being parried freeze.
逆にここまでしない
Other things won't freeze, such as fireballs.
あもうここまで徹底しないと危ねえんだ
そ
なるほどね
Yeah, I was talking about that. It's technically possible.
おー
He did parry into block,
強い
but you can do parry into parry into parry into super. You can parry as many times as you want, and then just super between any given two parries.
岩田さんダイエット中それともマジか
The hardest thing about red parries is having the balls to go for them.
あーマジ
They're usually not very difficult. They're like hard enough that you could miss them. I'm not consistent with them by any means,
うわ
but it's easy to be wrong.
健康まあ食ってもいいですけど
You have to have a really, because the red parry window is so short, you have to have a really good read on what's coming.
うわ
Easy if it's a multi-hit move, really hard if it's an attack sequence.
なんか糖尿病予備軍っていう恐ろしいフレーズがパワーワードが今出てきました
Fujimura Dudley, by the way.
うどん食いすぎちゃったんだ
Mr. Dudley.
四国でうどん
Unusual confirm. Quick play invited me to Street Fighter 4.
投げれなかったガードコースが長いですからね、シャーリが。
おナイスガードそしてナイス砲翼戦
さあ、これはやばい。
あ
まあまあまあまあ。死なないと思って
そうだね
落としたかもしれないし。
そう
But that dash shoe was good. Fujiwara actually blocked it to his credit.
おーコパン
コパン
You can react to all dash shoes in this game. There's a very specific part of a quick stand that can be dashed through,
間違えて
and it depends on both characters involved, the person dashing and the person quick standing.
っていう人がいるんだわっていうそういうのをちょっとやろうかなといやでもいいですもう
なるほど。
次回
次回
And because it's only in that window, you can react to the dash.
じゃあそうしましょう。
My SF waifu's Elena.
そうそれ れはあめんどくさくないやつ
This is common knowledge.
臭くないやつは
あ
OK
本当よかったよかった
さあしっかり殺すな
そうそうや
Beautiful
ってや
round.
るぜって言いたかっただけですけどねやってやるぜここでトクラとかがいればねちょっと面白かったね
あそうなんだ
そう結構ね
That tackle was unconfirmed and SA2 punishable. Scary.
プロ実況者のトクラさんの得意なネタが一つあったんですよねさあでも
He got some meter back from that mirror, and he got some damage. There we go. Super
魔法
punish.
力がね意外に大事なんですよ
Oh, that's storage. Clean. So he's got another super.
おううまい
I think people wouldn't even really mind Elena if she had no healing at all. I don't think healing would work with V-Trigger, like, at all.
ちょっとギリ届かなかった
あ
ね
るんだよな
This is incompatible mechanics.
さあ
2
100
個にリー
列
プ
But healing isn't, like, essential to Elena's character, to be honest.
リープだね
It's probably the most unique thing about her, but it's not like they have to bring it back.
C 最強ですねあーうまいあーあーでもゲージが足らなかったね
なかったね
うまい
あれねユリ
She didn't have healing in fucking Cross Tekken.
大系とか
She was in that game.
なんか超早出しすれば大丈夫なんだけど
EX Mirror.
ユリアンのジャンプ台形は本当ブロってもワンチャンなんもないと思いきやコパンで早出しコパンで潰れるみたいな
そう
They can do fucking anything for her triggers.
ちなみに C は近代系あるんで普通
They
に
could have her fucking get a Nakaruru bird, fucking shoot it at you.
ブロってもブロって普通に
ブロって台形が確定
確定マイナス6プレスだから富永さんの M も立ち弱系確定です
Elena, friend of the animals.
安いじゃんそんなんさマジさ
あでもなんかコンボが難しい
さあこっからゲージが溜まった
さ
おーうまい
法抑制
うまい優勝はマイケルタンがいる 2P で
で
Next game I stream. Oh.
エキシリジョン富永さんですね
Something GBA. Either Rivia or FF4.
お強いあれ
Sound comfy.
差し替えてる
Oh, when you're never wrong.
裏まあ立ってたらってあれブローライン対策
I've beaten FF5 on stream.
あそうそうそうそう
You can watch the whole archive.
そうそうしゃがみ中パンチェストしか食らわないっていう
I played the GBA version and I killed all the super bosses, including the GBA exclusive super bosses. If you don't know about them, it's actually really cool. Anyway, was one of them.
割り切
The
り
big
な
bad from like hundreds of years ago.
やばいと
And they got back the guy who did the original designs of FF like 5 to design Enuo,
やばいって
which was kind of
あ
cool.
の中パン強いよなほんと
He's only ever mentioned in the original game.
やるあと持続気味になったからちょっと出しづらかったねこうなるんすよ
やばい
リバ強えあれ強えコパ
Any FF games linked lore-wise? Actually, there's a character in Final Fantasy V named Gilgamesh, who, spoiler alert, gets thrown into a dimensional portal. And that very same Gilgamesh appears in a whole bunch of FF games. He's in FF8, FF9. I don't know if it can really be said that he's in... I don't even think he's a summon in FF7 now I think about it. I don't think he's in FF7 at all. He's in FF12. I don't think Kefka's in any FF game besides 6. Unless you're counting like Dissidia.
以上だそうです。なんか話すことあります？キャラ差だそうです、マイケルタンさんも。満場一致のキャラ差だそうです。まあそんな感じでね。
Generally speaking, no FF games have anything to do with each other unless they're specifically sequels, like FF4 After Years or Final Fantasy X2. Who's this? It's Sodom. Yeah, the FF13 series. Ah, that's supposed to be close fierce. And to whiff fireball. Why does that command grab do so much? It's a hit grab actually, it's not a command grab. It just does so fucking much damage. I just want to know why it's so strong. Sodom's hitboxes are pretty great too. It's like they tried to make a top tier with a lot of elements of Sodom. That slide is like super low. It's lower than all other slides in the game. His damage is just weirdly high. The weapons mean a lot of his attacks don't really have, they have like disconnected hitboxes. FFX and FF7. Huh? I don't know if I can believe that. But isn't it like not the same planet? That's cheap, dude. That reset into the command grab. Alpha 3 is good. That's like the killer argument. Yeah, command grab and a hit grab. It's like a weird command grab. It's like Q's. It's very slow with big range, but he can't combo out of it. Oh my god. Nice fireball punish. He had a couple opportunities to command grab Ryu off the ground there. It's hard to do. If you get a knockdown when your custom combo's active, you can command grab them while they're knocked over. It's easy if you got a fast command grab. Well, it's not easy, but it's easier. I didn't know you could get that without a... Is it because he tech flipped out? I didn't know you could get that without a custom combo. It must be because he teched out after he hit the wall. Yeah, OTG command grabs, if custom combo's active, everyone with a command grab can do that. Even like jump-in command grabs, like a demon flip grab from Akuma. That's like most of this game. Go into custom combo, destroy your guard bar, and mess you up. That's like Ryu's plan too. It's probably an accidental cancel. He probably wanted another core circle forward punch. Custom combo is really busted in this game. Everyone uses the custom combo ism. And you can do some really nutty stuff with it. Whole rounds are decided by how you activate. I think health is universal in this game, isn't it? Guard bars change between characters. I don't remember if health is universal in this game. No, Akuma has low health, doesn't he? Yeah, I was in the console versions of A3, which almost no one plays. Custom combos more like, say, Embu in this game than Genei-jin. But unlike, say, Embu, it has infinite juggle potential like Genei-jin. It's like a mix of both of them. It lets you cancel everything. It gives you permanent charge. So that's like Genei-jin with the let you cancel everything. But the shadows hitting behind you is like... Genei doesn't actually have that. It's like a combo of, say, Embu and Genei-jin. Oh, that activate. These are crouch cancels. If Ryu avoids ever being neutral, then Sodom never regains the ability to tech flip out. I think every single Street Fighter character now has concept art on the SF5 site, including like every non-playable one. It's alarming how much. There's like several who have multiple pages. I went through a bunch of them a while ago for a few videos and just out of interest. Yen had a dive kick super in this game actually. Also, a bunch of the other SF2 characters came back for the console versions. Like, there's like DJ and T-Hawk and Fei, which is kind of cool. Ingrid was only in the PSP version. She wasn't in the console versions besides that. But there's the initial arcade release of this game, which is the one everyone plays. Then there's the console release of that. And then there's Upper, which is a later console release that added Eagle, Yun, and 2 other characters. Yeah, Ingrid has nothing in common with Karin, actually. She's really strange. There's like no character who plays like she plays. For that reason alone, she wouldn't be a bad character to add to another Street Fighter. Nice. Like an alpha counters kill. RIP guard bar. I put Ingrid at the top of my characters I want to return. She's not my favorite of the 3 though. Both of the other 2 look way cooler. Of the characters who were supposed to debut with her. I don't know if Acho stands for anything. I never really thought about it. I don't know what it means. It's a Ki of some kind. So what Ryu's doing here is every time he lands, he holds down, and then he goes straight from down to jumping. And he has to do that very quickly because he has to jump almost as soon as he lands. But he has to never. If he just holds up forward, he'll get neutral frames, and Sodom will be able to flip out. No plans on even picking up same show yet. If they bring back DJ, he's almost assured to be a charge character. I'm not gonna say definitely since, you know, Vega. Those infinites are actually more common on the low tiers than the high tiers. So when they removed them for the console versions, people complained because it made the game even more unbalanced than it used to be. But definitely, it's probably the most controversial thing in the game. They waste a lot of time. A lot of tournaments will just edit out all the infinites. So you don't have to like spend like 30 seconds per round watching it. Sodom is like top. He's not number 1, I don't think, but he's close. I think number 1 is usually agreed to be Akuma, although arguments can be made for Chun-Li and Dhalsim and Zangief. Sodom is probably just below those guys. Ah, thank you. Is Mako a lolly? I honestly don't know. I don't know anything about Touhou. I only know the names of like 5 different fucking Touhous. At most. I know of Reimu. I know of Cherno. I know of Moko. I know of Raisin and Tewi. Hold on, hold on. What's the frog? I know of Suika. There's a witch, and her name is like Sarisa or something, I don't remember. I know of Chen. And what are Chen's like fucking owners or whatever? The Kitsune. I don't remember their names. One of them is Ren, I think. I think I've listed every single Touhou I know. Oh yeah, Saya. There's a shit ton of them. It's like 20 billion Touhous. I think you can keep a constant height if you do this perfectly. You can end with an air throw too, and it actually adds a lot of damage. Not like that. It's pretty weird to be able to do a cross cancel opponent jumping up. Most of them use jump forward. That can get kind of awkward because some characters will jump under other characters while jumping forward. Oh, see that tech flip? You want to end your... You have to, like, end your combo with the shadow hitting. I forget how it works. Your custom combo has to end in a specific way to prevent that kind of tech flip. And it technically can't. Like, you can't prevent the tech flip, but if you end the combo properly, the tech flip window is, like, 1 frame big. But technically, I think a tech flip at the end of a custom combo is always possible. I don't know the mechanics behind it. It's something about getting the shadow to hit just right. Ryu has a really good overhead low mix-up during his corner unblock, corner custom combos, and he might actually be able to unblockable with it. I've heard people say he can do that, but I don't know. I think you get no dizzy during custom combos. Ryu can actually dizzy like nothing, but I think you get reduced dizzy in V-ism anyway. And X-ism has increased dizzy. Alpha counters are really rare in this game, despite being like, you know, one of the signature mechanics. Because the resources they use are too precious. X-ism can't alpha counter at all. A-ism can, and it's the cheapest in that. But people don't usually run A-ism that much. But it costs a chunk of your guard bar and either a third of your meter in A-ism or half your meter in V-ism. Big price to pay. That's the stun. Oh, he missed the cancel. Crush Fierce canceled to 360 kick. It's the ender there. There it was. There you go. You see that? That was an OTG. OTG command grab. Some characters have a looping OTG command grab. If their command grab is their knockdown, they can do the command grab again to pick up. Like Honda can do that with his Oicho throw. This is just the arcade version, the initial release. But it's the fully unlocked initial release, so theoretically they could be picking like Boxer or the fucking dolls. Which I think were time unlocked. I think blowbacks can kill. Guard cancel blowbacks in King of Fighters. They do like 4 damage in a game with 1000 health, but I think they can kill. It's really easy to get to 1 HP in SF5. So it's really important in that game that they don't kill. Because of the way chip works. Being able to kill with the guard cancel blowback is pretty nutty. There's a lot of stuff that's punishable by guard cancel blowback. Oh, this is a lot of damage. He did the combo that would end with this the easiest. But it wasn't the optimal damage combo. It was just the combo that set up the crush cancel infinite so that he would struggle the least. Mika. Mika's bottom 1 in most tier lists of this game. Because laughably bad in a lot of different ways. Let's see if this guy can do anything cool. You know what's not in this game that you would probably think would be in a Street Fighter game? Dashing. Goes to show how archaic it is. I think. It wasn't in EX, it wasn't in 2. It wasn't in any version of Alpha except for Nash specifically. And I don't think it was a new generation. Weird loop. Mika's got 2 different shooting peaches in this game. She's got one where she hops and then throws her butt at you, and it has no recovery. And then she's got another one where she just throws her butt at you straight away, and it's got a lot of recovery. So you can either have the recovery before or after the actual hit. They only brought one of them to Street Fighter 5. It's the one with the recovery at the end. That's 360 punch, I think. That's her, like... Her 360 kick is a mash command grab, but it's like instant, and the range is kind of small. The 360 punch is really slow. But it's got big range. The air block to get out, that was cool. Mika's got a lot of other differences between SF5. That was a reset into command grab, that was 260 punch. Oh, look at that! Oh. He reset into the, or I shouldn't say reset, he comboed. He OTG'd with the, that was the other shooting peach. You see it? We can rewind and look at it again. A little further back. See how she hops and then throws her butt? Those are safe, I think. Mika's very defective in this game. She never really had a chance, so she was a good character to bring back. Oh, there's the 360 kick. She puts you in a headlock and then jumps with you or whatever. The air throw. Sitting on your face. Air throws are your universal mechanic in this game. So the thing about that move, one of Mika's supers, she like hits you a few times and you get put into like a special dizzy, and then Mika will like summon a wrestling ring and jump off it. Or like there's a bunch of different things she can do, and one of them is summon a wrestling ring and jump off it. It's like based on the button presses that Mika does. But what's weird is that special dizzy that the super puts you in, you can shake out of. And if you shake out of it, then you can actually punish Mika's super. Like, she can like hit you with the super, have it work, then it puts you into a special dizzy you can shake out of it, and then you can punish her. Thanks, Capcom. Her normals aren't very good either. I don't think that got fixed in any version of this game. Oh, the butt! Oh, that can be Demon Flip command grab and it will combo. Bottom one versus top one? What the fuck happened there? It was like a Crouch Fierce, but it like cancelled. What is that cute little emote? I love it. I need an emote like that. Close Roundhouse does a lot of block damage. Akuma's pretty great. He's going for the Demon Flip grab there, I think. Demon Flip Punch looks so weird in this game. I think that's Demon Flip Punch. That's the body splat. Oh. Nice fucking forward jump. You got a neutral jump on accident. Oops. That would have been nice. You have almost no invincibility off of a 50% activate. The more meter you have, the more invincibility you have. These resets. He's getting so many punch command grabs. Mika's really cute in this game. That's not good. This won't kill, I don't think, but it... Okay, he didn't even get the ender. Akuma doesn't have an infinite. There's no way for him to keep the same height. Oh, is that a punish? Sad. By Mika. It's Juli! This is the other contender for bottom one. What are the chances we get both of them? So Juli is literally a worse Kami. Imagine Kami if Spiral Arrow was slower and not a low. And then imagine they just took out a bunch of her other special moves. She's still a motion character. She's still got the DP. It's literally the same Kami DP. She's got a bunch of normal shared with Kami. I think she doesn't have Killer Bee combination at all. She doesn't have Hooligan at all. No, Juni's the good one. Juni is much better than Juli. Juni has the push block and the Hooligan, and the Hooligan's actually really good. It's a Hooligan that's better than Kami's. Charge Spiral Arrow is Juni. It's the other one. And I think Juni's the one with the Bison assist super. This one's just got Kami's 2 supers. It's got 2 of Kami's 3 supers. You got the fucking DP super and the Spiral Arrow super, but no no Killer Bee. So it goes. They intended to have a head swap for Fei Long. There was gonna be a Ryu and Ken for like Fei. Fei was gonna be like the Ryu, and there was gonna be like a Ken for him. I don't know. It was gonna be like Bruce Lee and fucking Jackie Chan or what, or like Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. I don't know. Yeah, and the head swap just literally, it was like, this character is unoriginal as fuck. He's just borrowing an exact appearance and an exact moveset from another character. And they replaced that with EJ, who is one of the more unique characters in SF2. I don't want to call him the most unique. The most unique is probably like Vega or Chun-Li or something. Dhalsim, I guess it's Dhalsim. Dhalsim's playing a whole different game. That with DP. And Bison. Look how huge he is in this game. Look at that Psycho Shot. He doesn't have Psycho Crusher in this game. Literally his signature move. In its place, he has like a traditional fireball. It's charge motion. And Bison has like a Sonic Boom in this game. Pretty weird. Mid combo teleports. He has Psycho Crusher as a super. And he also has Psycho Crusher as an extra big super if you're playing Shin Bison. X and A both have it as a super. This is also the game to debut Bison's teleport, I think. It wasn't in Street Fighter 2. Well, I shouldn't say this is the game, but it started in alpha. I forget how it worked. I think if you died in the arcade mode in this game, and you put in another quarter, you just fucking start right where you left off. But if you died against Shin and Bison, who's the last boss, if you put in another quarter, it would just start you at the beginning of arcade mode again. Oh, he's going for it. He's like... I wonder if that was like the frame rate or what. He got locked in a weird color. This is also one of very few Street Fighter games where the... I shouldn't say very few anymore. I was gonna say one of very few Street Fighter games where the boss is like a souped up version of the normal character. But now that's the standard. SF5 doesn't even have a last boss. SF4 had a souped up version of the playable character as the last boss. SF3 had an entirely unique last boss character. I guess if you count story mode, SF5 just had regular ass and Bison as the last boss, right? It wasn't special anyway. Technically, the last boss version of Seth is not actually Seth. He's called Seth in story mode, but he's literally, his name is 22. He doesn't identify as Seth in any way. They have completely unique win quotes. I can see why they didn't just have the last boss be called 22. That'd be pretty confusing. So they're literally identical. Technically 22 and 12 have no relation, but they kind of do. Yeah, Seth replaced fucking Abel, who died. Seth was Abel's replacement in the Bible. It's maybe the same group or a splinter slash evolution group between Sin and the Illuminati. They have like the same line and the same goal. It's a research into immortality, if you want some Street Fighter lore. And Bison wants to never ever die or whatever. And Vega wants eternal youth. Balrog wants money. So they're all fucking funding this, they're all strong-arming this fucking campaign to create eternal life. And the starting in earlier games, it's like replacement bodies where they can somehow transfer M. Bison's fucking consciousness between different, like, bodies. And in SF4, it's just the late end of like replacement bodies. You got the Abel and like all the Seths. It's like fucking. In Street Fighter 2, it had been just like, hey, let's get a human body of someone else and put Bison into it. So they were all like real people. But in SF4, it's like, hey, let's make a body out of nothing. So somehow they used Abel to like, I don't know, clone him. But the clones theoretically have like, Rose isn't even in SF2, and she's not a Bison clone or a Bison replacement body in any way. She's just the result of some kind of body replacement. Anyway, Seth is like not a human, and those lines, they're like manufactured. They're like based on humans, but there's obviously some weird shit going on. Seeing as Seth like has like the fucking Tannen engine in his stomach and has stretchy arms and whatnot. Something weird's going on there. They're like supposed to be better than humans. And then the idea with Guile, I guess. I should say the idea with 12 is that he can rapidly like recover damage even in the heat of a fight. I don't know if Guile and Juri are human. There's probably lore on that, but I don't know it. I think they test tube babies in some way. Yeah, 12 should be the one with healing. But 12 has no bones, for example. Can't have your bones get broken if you have no bones. He can like rapidly like reshape his body or whatever. In response to damages. The element of metal. And Guile can just heal his wounds just like that. So that's pretty cool in this game. So Sakura actually. Sakura has fun with the counter hit mechanics in this game. Basically, this is the SF game that debuted crush counter hits, and it has a proto crush counter. If you get a counter hit with a heavy normal, it knocks over, no matter what it is, like that. And it freezes the screen for a little bit. And Sakura has a fireball she can charge, and if she gets like certain contexts of if she gets that counter hit, she can hold the fireball. Like normally she'd just do stand fierce into fireball release, but if she sees the counter hit, she can like hold the fireball and then release a bigger version and then get a combo out of it like that. No homo. But if you sucked Gil's dick, would it be like eating icy hot? I think it's possible for Sagat to do neutral jump crush cancel infinites. I don't know if it's better or worse in any way. Sakura's faces in this game are pretty godlike. See that counter hit roundhouse knocking over? Oof. Oh yeah, gee, the custom intro. Also, it's Dan. Dan is a joke character in this game, but he's actually not that bad. Especially Vism Dan. Dan can do some really wacky stuff with instant air Dan kicks. There's some right there. He has unusually really good air mobility. And it gives him some super weird pressure that's actually kind of cool. Also, he has a 1 in 15 chance of having an invincible DP. It's literally just complete, like, luck. He actually got it there. And he, like, the invincibility wore off. It's pretty funny. If he flashes white, it's fully invincible. Yeah, Dan is like low mid tier in this game, I think. He's got that push block. One of Dan's special moves in this game, if you can call it a special move, is he can push block. It's unique to him. It's almost unique to him. Juni has it, but only Juni. Or no, I think Juni always has it, but Dan only has it in V. Something like that. Oh, I dropped it. Push block is actually pretty nutty in this game too. It's very useful. Those are actually instant air light Dankyakus. So he can do it on the ground, but he can do 4 versions on the ground, and he can do 4 versions this instant air, and they also have different arcs depending on whether he jumps forward or backward when instant airing them. Or like going up. Yeah, push block does stop V's and pressure most of the time. This is a guard break setup. Even though he didn't get too much damage out of that guard break, it leaves Sagat's guard meter shorter for the rest of the round. So it's still quite good to get shit like that. Ugh. His hitboxes still aren't good. You can see that really working against him here. Look at that! Cool. Oh, he should die here. Unless Sagat fucks up. Nash. Nash has a forward dash and no back dash. He is a more pure Guile in this game. So Guile actually isn't in this game. He's added for the console versions, but this is the arcade version, so no Guile. And because of that, Nash is pretty much just Guile. He's got a 2-hit flash kick instead of a 1-hit flash kick. And he's got a 1-hit sweep. But most shit's the same. I feel like he might not have a shooting knee or whatever. Oh no. I love that 6-hit Tiger Uppercut. If you pick X Sagat, I think he has 1-hit Tiger Uppercuts just to be a throwback. But A and V have 6-hit. Oof. People never end with the air throw. The air throw will do all this damage at once, even if it's tagged. He could have won there. Epic. Sim. Sim has super weird movement, but of course his limbs are really busted. but his movement is like maybe bad, but it's really unique. He can do a lot of things that no other character can do. He falls really slowly. I don't think that includes combos. The teleport's a lot better in this game than it is in SF2, and this is the game that debuts the air teleport. Thank you. 35 months. See that? I don't understand the mechanism behind it, but Sim can like teleport in the middle of combos. That throws universal mechanic is super cool and they should bring it back. Sim is usually regarded to be top 3. There aren't that many Sim players though. He's not a popular character. He's usually, if you want to play a top tier, it's almost always Akuma. The only slide in the game that goes under low tiger shots is Sodom's. Even though Sim's is visually lower. Sodom's actually shorter. By the end of this, Sagat will still have full meter. Isn't that great? Also, this is X Dhalsim, which is super weird. Dhalsim A is actually quite common. It's probably as common as Dhalsim V. Dhalsim X is really, really unusual though. X Dhalsim has a unique super. Almost always, whatever super you have in Xism is just one of your supers in Aism. But Dhalsim's super in Xism is actually... he doesn't have it on Aism anywhere. I think it's got double half circle as its motion, which is what the motion was in SF2. Which is annoying to do fast. But I feel like it's... no, I think it probably just is as SF2 super. I don't remember it. Maybe we'll see it. He's got his yoga carpet in this game. It's one of his ASM supers, I think. I don't think it's this one. Xism Rolento of all things. Aism Rolento is not super rare. Xism Adon is one of the more common ones because it's very unique. The motion for Xism Adon Jaguar kick is literally kick while midair. So you can do instant air Jaguar kicks like nothing. He doesn't have normal jump kicks, he only has air Jaguar kicks. And you can do like jump back, jump forward, neutral jump, and then 3 different versions of Jaguar kick for all of those. Did I say 4 different versions earlier when talking about something? Because there's only 3 different versions of special moves in this game. I think I said that when I was talking about Dane kicks. Blanka. Yeah, Sim in A has cheaper V reversals, or not V reversals, alpha counters. And those are very good for him, very useful for him. And his custom combos are extremely janky and weird. Oh, X Sakura is common though. X Sakura has Touch of Dizzies, so people like playing her. If you get like Jump Roundhouse into like jab jab fierce hard DP or whatever with Sakura, it'll just dizzy the opponent. Oh yeah. Wacky. See that air block? If you play Exism, you don't even have the ability to do that. I was just thinking about how much I liked it. You hate it. I love how Blanka's eyes bug out. This is the little intermediate game where they weren't really sure Blanka was a comedic character yet. This is more like this is where Blanka became a comedic character. Oh, he shook out. Do you shake out of that? I think it just doesn't last that long. I think mashing extra does nothing. Shut your electricity there. The steam is strong. Blanka does have good hitboxes. That's like the one thing you can count on in this game. Everyone has godlike hitboxes. Normals in this game are just like some of the strongest they've ever been in the series. Maybe the strongest. CBS2 level normals in this game. Who needs combos and shit? Just hit people with your full screen safe sweeps. Just mash stand fierce knowing that anything they do will lose to it. Blanka's got nice long limbs in this game, but so does Sagat too. Yes, CVS2 has alpha normals. Tiger. And then I was all like, Tiger, Tiger. It's the last I ever heard of that guy. What is the link? Ah, classic. That's the one where he does the crutch leg kick to hit the melon into Sagat. I know all of those videos. Claw. That stage comes down, I think, on every single stage in this game, doesn't it? That wall. I feel like it does. So Vega can always climb around on it. Vega's super weird. I think he's usually regarded to be like a higher top tier. His movement is really good. Obviously he can jump off walls, but also like he jumps really fast. And he's got giant normal, so he can hit you from way outside your range. He can climb the cage with, I want to say, every single ism. He can climb the cage on his super with X-ism. Maybe A-ism too. He still has very bad combo options. You got flip kick. Flip kick's there. And his normals are godlike. In a game with godlike normals, he can just hit you from so far out. It's really easy to just eat a lot of damage while trying to fucking pressure him. Look at that low strong, dude. Almost every normal that's strong in SF4, and I guess SF5 as well, is the way it is because it was because of some other game. Some previous Street Fighter. It's one of the things SF4 actually did really well. Is that they was pretty good about keeping why a character, or like what things a character did. I canceled the 360 kick. Shame about the no combos. The activation dodge and mix up, but he can get a punish. Comebacks don't come easy in this game, especially not for Claw. He's gotten like 60%. Oh, there it goes. You can alpha counter out of Vism pressure, but one, it costs a lot of meter. And, you know, you don't... If you're like running low on guard meter, you're burning a guard bar to even do it, so it can get really scary if it doesn't work. There's no guarantee the alpha counter will hit the opponent. And even if it does hit them, like, it'll end their custom combo, but, like, you'll probably be at, like, 20% guard gauge or whatever. So we got a guy. Guy's custom combos are awkward as hell. They're very shitty. And Guy also has probably the most confirmable supers in the game because of his chaining. So Guy has a really good A-ism and a really bad B-ism, so it's typical for guys to run A rather than B. I'm calling it A-ism, but it's also known as Z-ism in Japan. It's because this game series is Street Fighter Zero in Japan, but Street Fighter Alpha in these states. Guy also has some supers you can combo out of, which is pretty cool. A super you can combo out of. It's like hard to have that sweep not be safe in this game. Oh, it worked. And he got a juggle of stand jab. There's a Karin matchup right here. I played this exact matchup in Final Fight 1. I play Guy when I play that game. They get poison and Hugo back there. That's cool, right? Look at them. That's before they were playable. Neither of them had been playable in a fighting game when they drew this stage. That's not true. I guess Hugo had been playable. This game came out in 1999 or whatever. Second Impact came out in like 98. This game has different stages from Alpha 2. Why does that do so much damage? Any character with a Hadoken has a really easy time putting together high damage custom combos in the corner. Final fight with more complex characters, more complex mechanics, and more characters. I'll buy it. Maybe not full price. Final fight with skill trees. I love me a beat 'em up with a skill tree. Streets of Rage is fine. Many people like it more than Final Fight, but I don't. But I played Final Fight as a young. I never played Streets of Rage as a young. I was a mere lad. Ryu's towards medium kick in this game is the basis of Evil Ryu's towards medium kick. And then Evil Ryu also got the third strike Shoto low forward. It's weird that they did that with Evil Ryu. They gave him a bunch of like Ryu stuff from games where Ryu didn't have his more traditional stuff. I think I've only played Final Fight 2 like one time, and I don't think I've played Final Fight 3 at all. Final Fight 2 is Carlos, Maki, and Hager, right? Final Fight 3 is, I think, Cody and... I don't remember. Or is Cody even in 3? I think he is. I like how the stakes of Final Fight 2 are all about Guy, and Guy's not even present. I don't think he's like kidnapped or anything either. It's like, oh, Guy's girlfriend is kidnapped, so fucking Guy's student has to like go and rescue her. Or I don't think Maki's Guy's student. Guy's fucking training partner, something. Ken. Ken's quite an uncommon character in this game. Japanese people already don't play Ken that often. Kind of a rare character over there compared to here. In the Street Fighter universe, Guy and Rose are like star-crossed lovers. In the Final Fight universe, Guy like already has a girlfriend. There's something going on there that's kind of like Art of Fighting versus King of Fighters or stuff like that. There's like weird competing timelines. Guy's like relationship to Rosen and Bison is super weird. It's out of nowhere. He's like literally a cameo character. But like Rose makes like this prediction that he's the one who's like destined to kill M. Bison. It's like, what? Him? Guy? It's like imagine if in Soul Calibur 4 if it was like this is the man who's destined to like destroy the Soul Edge and defeat Nightmare, and it's like Darth Vader. This is really weird to have a cameo character like be that involved in the lore. Yeah, it's like if Akuma was the one who was like destined to beat. It's like if it's like if Akuma was the one that's destined to beat Kazuya. Is that it? What's the agreement? Akuma has some kind of debt to what's her face, the fucking mom of Kazuya. Oh, he's trying to kill Heihachi. Both of them. What did he do to even get into what's her face's debt? What's her name? Kazumi? They probably just had sex. And Akuma like got out of the bed and he was just like fucking putting his gi back on. And he's like, tell me if you ever need anyone killed. And then he leaves. Kazumi had apparently been planned by Harada for a super long time. I've heard that. He like talked about the Devil Gene and why it skipped Heihachi, and he was like super specific about it. And then I think Tekken 6 explains that what's his face, Jinpachi isn't even Devil Gene at all. And so the Devil Gene never even came from Heihachi's side of the family. Epic punish. I'm pretty sure that down, back, jab, strong, and fierce all have the same animation for Sim. They just have different startup and recovery. Sim has that really bad in this game. He has a whole bunch of normals that are all just shared animations. Like zoom, low forward, low roundhouse, and low short are all the same animation. The slide. He just travels 3 different distances. They were like really lazy about his animations. Is Ken from Street Fighter 2010? Is that the same Ken? Is that Ken Masters? Someone give this man a Discord link. I'd appreciate it, thank you. Or was he not even Ken anymore? He was Ken once. Look at all that fucking guard bar. It's X Sakura. I like the animation there. The force of that back roundhouse throws the skulls around his neck in like a full circle. This is the Sakura who can just dizzy you if she gets a jump in. X Sakura has super high damage and fucking stun. Watch out if she gets anything. That being said, it's looking like she won't get anything. You can't air block if you're Xism. Air block is not a mechanic for you. You can do it in the other two, but not Xism. My birthday Sonic. I've done many of these. That's not one I did. I don't think. That doesn't look like... Oh, is that one for me? think I remember it. Yeah, this is recent footage. It's Karin. She did the cancel into Parry. What if she could do that in SF5? Anyone see that shit? Imagine doing one Rekka into Parry. And just being able to do it whenever. Rekka slide. Must be nice. It's more like a change of direction than a Rekka, really. She's got 2 normal Rekkas. She's got a palm, which is not the same as the third Rekka. You can do like 1 Rekka into palm in this game if you want to. She's got 2 shoulders. She's got the little slide. Oh, here we go. There's the shoulders. You cancel to Parry. That's supposed to keep going. Rekka slide, all combos. Rekka palm, all combos. Rekka shoulder, or elbow, all combos. Yeah, she's got a command grab, and she's also got something that's kind of like a chicken wing. Where's the stun? How'd you get that much damage with no dizzy? That's the command grab. You can combo the command grab if you're in custom combo. Palm, elbow, high and low parry, slide. What else? There's the parry. Vism combos do like no stun, but Vism characters have reduced stun. You can do Mujin, yeah, you can do Mujin Kyaku from the Rekkas. Yeah, that thing. Oof. Her freaky chicken wing. Ken's dizzy is quite high. Nice combo. Imagine that's your punish. So I got a stun. Here we go. Big damage time. Wait a little bit. Jump around house, crash around house. Exorcism, here we go. Sakura gets one fucking good hit. It's gonna mess Ken up. You know what I always thought was kind of funny? Exorcism only has 1 super. You might think from Street Fighter 4 it's Haru Ichiban. But it's actually her DP super. It's her default super in this game. It's like a Shoyu Reppa. Look at the damage on that. Look at the damage on that. Ken bleeding. Oh no, there's the stun. Ah. Sakura will actually fuck you up if she touches you. Especially X Sakura. That's like the whole point of this character. Fucking chaining into far fierce. Must be nice. Air blocking. He couldn't have gotten out of that Hadoken at all. Yeah, no air blocking. These are true combos against X characters. That's the downside of X. Oh, there it all goes. Sakura hits you with a few crouch shorts, so lose 1/3 of your health. Getting confirms like that is quite rare in this game. Oh, it's a combo. She can't get out. This is why Exism sucks. Oh, he dropped it. It might have been a cancel the super. Oop, he's dead. Just like that. Gen. Gen almost always runs Aism. Gen is another character with really, really, really awkward custom combos, like Guy. And Gen also has extremely confirmable supers because he has normal chaining. Oof. Gen can cancel normals into other normals, and then he can cancel anywhere down the line. He can cancel the super. And he also has a super, like Guy, he also has a super he can combo out of. I haven't done any work on my game since MKX came out, MK11. It's a shame because I really want to get back to working on it. Oh, that's so ambiguous too. Super? Nope. Yeah, her shoe can fly off in that animation, and it lands on her head. It won't even always do that, that's the best part. Bleeding. Exism has more health, longer dizzy bars, and I think they have more health. They definitely have longer dizzy bars and higher damage. And also do more stun. I shouldn't say dizzy bars, guard bars. They do more damage, they do more stun. They got giant guard bars. But they can't air block. And they only have one super and it's not good. They only have one version of that one super. They can't alpha counter either. It's like the ghetto variation. You lose a lot of things. Oh, just like that. What was Akuma's health? Hold on, go back. Half. And a little less. We'll call it 40%. Yeah, this is the X of Xism refers to SF2X, SSF2X, which is the Japanese name for Super Turbo. It's supposed to be a variation that like throws back to Super Turbo. I finally applied to get Evo off work. Haven't gotten accepted yet. I looked at last year when I applied for having Evo off work, and I did it like a full month before I did it this year. I've already forgotten the days. Like I was 4 through 6, I think. Karin constantly drops the opponent during her crush cancel infinite, so it's not infinite for her. But she can get to 50% doing it. And if she gets to 50%, she can reactivate and then get you back high up. Technically speaking, Karin has the best abuse of... Oh, look at that. Air throw. Even if they tech it, it knocks them over, and then she can combo a command grab, and then she can go into the crouch cancel infinite from that. I was just getting to that. Karin has the best... here we go. This is it. This is what I was just talking about. She got to 50%, so she reactivated to get Sakura high up again. This is a true infinite, but you have to repeatedly reactivate. Yeah, he didn't. Pew. Nice intro. That guy's in the background of her stage in SF5. Oh, but what I was saying about Karin is she's got the best custom combo abuse of any character in this game. By far. She can get an infinite off of so much shit. Any Rekka. Any command grab. Any air throw. I think any ground throw. It's difficult though, it's executionally demanding. The palm. She can loop her command grabs too, if she wants. MK11 fell off hard. I don't know, man. Yes, air throw into command grab. I hope SNK heroines cost no money to dev. I gotta admit, I own it and I've never played it. I got it right before my trip to England. I was like, I'll play this on the plane. I got like 2 Switch games, and I forget what the other one was, but I played the other one for the entire like fucking plane ride. So I didn't actually even take SNK heroines out of the box, and then I kind of forgot about it. It was Kirby Star Allies. No, it wasn't. What was it? I'd already beaten Mario Odyssey by that point. Oh, it was Dragon Quest Builders.
Hey, come on, stand up, face it straight.
Which side? That's max damage, I think, but it doesn't. The knockdown isn't as useful as the side. No, it might not even knock down. I think that only knocked down because it killed. The left parry. Rekka's really safe in this game. Fucking 2 Korean players smashing sweeps at each other. Mash in this game and take less damage. If you hit a button on the frame that you get hit, you flash red. And you take like half damage. But it's fairly precise. Ujinkyat. The hell was that? Walk in there, the walk-in throw.
It all depends on your skill. Go for broke.
Dragon Quest V out of nowhere. I think really long time players. Are you playing the DS version? I think the approximate power list of the wives is Blanka low. Nera mid and what's her face? What's the other girl's name? I don't even remember. I think she's the best one generally. I think at end game, if you get them all to max level, Nera ends up being the best. I don't even know who Darly Dagger is. I only kind of know who Master Raven is, and she's pretty hot. Deborah. I think Deborah's better for most of the game, and Nera ekes her out if at like end game. Oh, too early. I don't even remember what fucking spells and shit they get. Generally speaking, the monsters are like maybe better than the humans in general in Dragon Quest V. I heard the lore of Deborah is that they thought that they already had a good choice between the two characters. So when they were like told to like design a third character, it was like, okay, I'll just make someone that no one would like. So you end up with a tsundere with way too much Shun and almost no dere. I have a theory that whoever made Dragon Quest V got turned down by a childhood friend. Because the game goes way too hard out of its way on the initial release to guilt you for not picking the childhood friend. I would have liked that. Did he just cancel that medium kick into command grab to shorten the recovery? This game's wacky. The original game, if you fucking don't marry Blanka, if you like marry for the money instead of the fucking, you know, the fucking history, it's like Blanka goes off to live on a farm by herself in like poverty and misery, and then dies young or some bullshit. I don't remember. I don't remember if she dies. They like made it better in the DS version, I know that. In the DS version, it's like her living with her dad, and it's like, yeah, it's poor here, but I'm happy. If you don't marry Nara, she just fucking lives in wealth for the rest of her life. She marries someone else, I think. You're like obviously supposed to marry Bianca. The fucking kids, all the promotional art of the kids has blonde kids. Bianca's on the fucking cover of the game. I don't think the other two are. I like kind of believe that Tharja's the canon bride. I don't think they really did it with plans for a canon bride for the player. I think Sumiya is probably intended to be the canon Crom bride. Because I think in the opening of the game, Sumiya is the wife. In like the, if you let the demo reel play out or whatever. The title screen. And they have like very few supports, which kind of forces you to support them with each other. They're the only two characters like that. It's actually pretty easy to just use the character relations to pair everyone up in in Awakening. And Tharja has no obvious relationship besides the male player character. I mean, maybe Libra. Maybe Tharja Libra. They had no interaction with each other in their debut chapter, but, you know. I think they can have a relationship. Dropped it. Oh yeah, canon matchup. Sakura still has really good confirms and does decent damage in her other two isms. That's a weird thought. Red-haired Severa isn't possible. I feel bad for Noir. That like turned a lot of people off. I remember how fucking popular Tharja was at the debut of the game. It was like, yes, this is my fucking perfect wife. And then you find out how Tharja treats her kids and it's like, wow, I don't like her anymore. She's allowed to be unstable with her boyfriend, but the moment she's unstable with her children, everyone suddenly hates her. Darja's a super weird unit. I like her. Like to use. Def mage, tank mage. I seem to recall her defense growth is good even for what she is, and what she is has high defense. Cool. That's super. One of her reclasses is a knight. It's supposed to be one of the worst reclasses in the game. She's supposed to be absolutely horrible at it. But it's really funny. You can have fucking Knight Darja. I wonder what the actual worst reclasses in the game are. Nice confirms. I don't even remember what Varian can be. Can't he be a thief? I don't know if I've ever tried to reclass him. I've only had one playthrough where I used him all the way through. No, I've had two. I had a playthrough where I only used characters who could reclass to Archer. And I just had everyone be an Archer for the whole playthrough. And I promoted everyone to Sniper. So my team at endgame was literally like 14 snipers. This is a pretty fun playthrough. The only problem is I would basically only kill units on my turn, because I wouldn't counterattack anyone. Mage and Wyvern. I wouldn't fuck around with that. Fortunately, the classes do carry their growth with them a little bit. So even though it seems really awful to like put, you know, certain characters as the other side. For example, Lissa. Seems really awful to give Lissa a class that requires strength, such as the War Cleric. But War Cleric has okay strength growth that she carries. Stuff like that. Pan is just a really good unit in general because her stats are so damn high. Good for Yarn too. Pan's HP though. Pan has over 100 HP growth, which means she'll always get 1 and sometimes get 2 HP per level up. That shit's nice. No matter what she is, she's a tank as well. Oh, it ended. This one's a different size. What is this? Oh, it's not a human G, it's a comm G. It's a Juri player practicing doing DPs through that little block string. Being able to DP your way out of G low strong into core circle forward kick, level 3 potentiality. You were here. I don't know if we can really say that anything in Fire Emblem Warriors is canon. I heard that. I heard the cabs have delay. It's a Juri player. Air throw. That was good. Any other anti-air would throw Ibuki out of the corner from that angle, I think. Air throw does good damage. Oh, I hate overheads in this game. If you're thinking about doing an overhead in this game, just rethink it. Unless it's fucking Ibuki. That's the one. It's the one you can do. Ibuki's overhead doesn't even work by merit of being an overhead. It works by merit of being an upside down kick. It works because she's actually airborne. Dodges your throws and your low shorts and whatnot. Makes your buttons miss then hits you. Ooh. BT2. Okay. I think that was a cross up. Usually that won't cross up. Why did Juries love VT2? Once I finished looking at VT2 in the lab, I was like, I don't think you would pick this for any matchup. This just looks flat worse than VT1. I'm not even sure I would pick a 2-bar VT2 over a 3-bar VT1. Like if they kept VT1 3 bars, I still don't think I'd still pick VT1 in like most matchups. In all matchups, I think. But the fact that VT1 is 2 bars just fucking seals the deal completely. Oh damn it. Okay. That'd be nice, but I don't think it would be a deal breaker for the character. I don't know what I would do to Juri to make her better. For the record, I don't think she's in a horrible place. I think people are more afraid of her than anything else. I think people are afraid that she sucks. I definitely think there's some things really stupid about her design. She takes like astronomical effort to fucking to be generally worse than most characters. You have to try way harder to not be as good. But I don't think she's that bad. Love this outfit, by the way. She has to worry about so many things that other characters don't have to worry about. She's got so many different combos for which stocks she has, and having to fucking keep track of your stocks is annoying. For exactly shit like that. Yeah, I think the balance in general is really strong right now. It's hard to even pick a top 5. And it's hard to even pick a bottom 5. There are a lot of characters where I think it's like, oh yeah, that character's really strong. They're probably top 5. Like Rashid. Like Birdie. Like Guile. Like Akuma. Like Ibuki. Like Kemi. It's like a pretty long list. It's more than 5 characters, is my point. I think 10 characters are top 5. That's a good sign for the balance of the game. Maybe Nikali, I don't know. I don't know if I think Nikali's that good. He's well-rounded. I feel like Nikali's a bit riskier. I don't like his neutral that much. I like his neutral when his feet triggers up. Nikali jab jab into hard uppercut that only gets 1 hit, if it even hits at all. It gets all the hits in V-trigger. I think that's probably true. Necalli's been the most unshakable character tier-wise. He's had a decent number of players and never really had, like, super success. He's had as much success as most high-tier characters. It's not like he's, like, bad. He's done quite well over the lifespan of the game. There's a lot of like non-named Necalli players, I feel. Necalli's one of the more popular characters for like people who fail to stand out, break out. I could have skipped all this. I want to suck on Laura's fat titties. It's not fair, bros. Why can't Laura be real? And also in love with me. Nice. Okay, they're playing.
重野さんやってないのかとごめんなさい。遅れてしまいました。
The pushback on that low strong. Oof. Rare footage of a Japanese player playing Laura. See, the thing about KOF that made strong KOF players in the first place, the fucking draw of the series is that it's not, well, I shouldn't say that it's not intimidating, but there's a fucking arcade machine that you put a quarter into and you get to play 3 different characters in a best of 5. That's good returns on your quarter. But now, it's like you have to learn 3 characters to even begin playing the game. It's a lot different from the arcade culture. Drop the link. That works. Inputs for the supers aren't that bad. It's actually very easy to do a quarter circle forward, half circle back, or vice versa. That's actually a very natural motion. I like doing that more than I like doing double quarter circles, to be honest. It's also easier to buffer as like an anti-air. Double quarter circle as an anti-air is usually kind of awkward. But if it's quarter circle forward, half circle back, or quarter circle back, half circle forward, both of those I find it pretty easy to get like an anti-air Rambu. There are like a couple awkward super motions, but they're really few and far between in KOF. People are always like or pretzel motion. But that motion, quarter circle, half circle, is super natural. Feels really good.
入ってない方はよろしくお願いします。
This bot. I must always get counter hit there because I hit a button as soon as I see the dash, which is usually too late. Just pick fireball characters and throw fireballs. That's what I did. Just pick 3 characters with fireballs and spam fireball. Just play the eternal squad of Robert, Andy, Athena. And then just do fucking fireballs and DPs. Andy doesn't have a DP. No, Andy has a DP. I couldn't picture it for a sec because it wasn't. I'm sure you can, but it kind of still is. It's got its flat palms or whatever. Dude, what do you guys think about all this fucking EXDP into kunai release? I always thought that was such a niche combo. And, what's his face? Fujimura, right? Today at CEO? Did it like 20 billion times. And it was like the right decision every time he did it. Generally. I think there was one where he like spent an extra meter he didn't need to spend. In like the whole fucking top 8. I've never seen anyone do that often. EXDP Ikinaga. It's a really weird 2-bot route. I didn't see Bonchan's I didn't see his winner's semi. Who was it against?
これってどうやってゲーセンの映像を取り出してるの？なんて言えばいいんだろうな。
I should be watching that instead of watching this fucking loading screen.
基盤から
How long would I let this play out?
を
There's literally no match for like
その
15 minutes.
回数10何回
今日は
I can't believe the tournament winning play was a blocked
13回で確かに
Orochi into low forward. That's hilarious.
ので
よろしくお願いします。
6月
Fujimura was so afraid of Orochi into EXDP.
東西戦第13回ですね。
He's trying to just walk back.
お願いします。
That's such a like a bad play.
玉蘭さんとりんたろうさんなんですよ。
You know what I mean? Orochi into low forward is like it's like so often a wrong
二
decision.
人ともいい好きでよくいる二人なんでね。
そうですね。結構東西戦にも来ていた。
I think Bonchan had like that idea. It's like what if I do Orochi into EXDP? I've seen him do that.
稲葉君が多かった
It's something he does. It's something he can pull out.
お願いして。
ぜひそれでいいと思います。
そうですね。
Something most Korean players know about. -2 with the invincible attack, sure.
とかで来てもらったらね、
はいはい。
リーダーでやってもらうの全然ありなんで、ぜひ皆さん来てください。
そうですね。全然お越しいただいてリーダーやりたいと言っていただければ。
あらかじめなんか店のアカウントとか俺らのツイッターとかのアカウントに相談してもらえれば
はいはい。
対応しますん
It
で。
was really strong against his winning play was really strong against what Fujimura was probably expecting, or what Fujimura would probably do based on what he was expecting. But like Fujimura so easily could have just hit short there, Really good job. and it's not a bad play. Or you could have just held down back.
結構最後の最後倒しきるまで安心があんまりできないっていう
A good low is so important because walk back is so good in SF5. Most lows don't confirm. I've been putting off making that video forever, but I've had a video where I basically already scripted it. That's basically that. It's like why low forward activate is good. It's like the way that lows changed between SF4 and SF5,
じゃないでしょうか
and then what that means for the meta.
体育しっかり中中から画面端
The rest of low is a really good play in this game.
何か当たれば終わる体力
Ooh, he dropped it.
おっと
繋がらなかったが
ごちゃったごちゃった
入れ替えて
こっから後ろに空間のある差が
Canceling lows like Raw Dog is not bad either.
おっとおっと
あーっと
コンボを見せ
People hella disrespect lows in SF5
難しいって
because so few of them confirm. You have really low damage off of low short confirms, and they only work from point blank. Most characters can't confirm low forward at all. It's kind of rare that someone can, and you can see how fucking much mileage Punk gets out of cancelable, confirmable low forward.
そうですね
And most low roundhouses are not rewarding and pretty unsafe.
でもこんな感じだったが
Uh,
あー投げでスタンしてしまう
it's Yang. It's the Yang video, not
1回目
Young.
は
拳さんの
The Omega video is one I've been sitting on for a while though.
サガットもそんなに多いキャラじゃないんでね見れると
Abigail low short you can combo out of from pretty far away into jab,
サガットって
but the jab won't combo into anything if you're too far, which is kind of awkward. Like literally you can get low short, stay in jab, and then even if you cancel into EX Abigail punch, it'll whiff. It's like, oh.
地味に聞こえますからね
ストフォの時は言わなかったさすがに言わない
そうですねなんで言うようにしたんでしょうね
ストフォの時は
Abigail low short into activate's really good though. Raw Abigail low forward is confirmable. It's pretty easy actually. You can just do it, take it to the lab. Abigail low forward on hit, you can just easily reaction medium Abigail punch. The problem is Abigail's low forward is a really bad button.
中盤から一気に画面端へ
運ぶね EX に
It's very
結
slow.
構運びますよね
The hitbox isn't fantastic either.
体育しっかりこれはきついか
Abigail low short into activate gets back fierce as a link. That's nice.
サガットもあっち系能力が高いですからねタッチショーキックとかタッチショーキックとか
確かに
いや違いますよもうみんなサガットの気が強すぎてみんなに錯覚させてるだけな気がします
しかしガオ本当にどっから聞こえるんですかね
自分で言ってるのはちょっと恥ずかしいけど
大河賞ガオ
I'm certain that Karin has long cancel windows on purpose.
さすがに帝王
Sakura actually has it too,
そういう路線になって
on her low forward and her stand fierce.
ブリは意外と届かない
これは苦しそうだが
シューキックから
Her other cancels don't have super long windows like that.
家まで繋いでこれは
Crouch Fierce doesn't have a super long cancel window. I don't think Back Fierce does either.
残ったさすがに残ったただまたこのドット状態は苦しい小足で
CA が当たればっていう感じだ
Yeah, low forward is like barely there. If she had faster things to go into, well, DP is fast. Even if you get like a last frame cancel, DP will combo no problem from low forward.
これキャラ替えありなんですよね
Stand Fierce is pretty easy.
キャラが全然いいです
Stand Fierce has like a super long cancel window.
キャラでっていうことでいいですかね
It's like a pretty good button. I never see Sakura players hit Stand Fierce. I hit it in some matchups. There's like particular matchups where it's very strong, but it's actually pretty strong anywhere.
俺はゼクさん出番なさそうだ
やっぱり魂のキャラが
It's a bit too whiff punishable, and it's not exactly fast. It's like a 9 frame button.
やっぱ前の
Or 10, somewhere around there.
自分のキャラが出るって結構嬉しいですよね
まあそうですよね
まあ開幕飛んで
Good
い
start.
る
ナバちゃんはセスが出たらセス使うんですかね
フェスが出たら使います
まあ
The first Thursday of this upcoming month is
5のゲーム性でセスなんか出たらどうなってしまうのか
さすがにやばい
July 4th, and I'm gonna be doing shit with my friends. So I'm thinking SF4 Omega Cup. We could move it sometime. I don't know if it's gonna be the second Thursday or if it's just gonna be on like a weekend or someday I don't work.
大体カウンターヒット
Cancel schmancel. I only do one of these things a
今
month.
のやっぱ大会で当たるのは本当怖いですよね勢いのあるキャラがある
やっぱ駒投げ持ちは怖いですよねしかも特にララはトリガー中とか
I'm gonna make me some spring pea butter
全体フレ自体は
for a July 4th event.
なんだけど
Gonna hand out some sourdough.
タイミングがいろいろ増えるから意識もしなきゃいけないし移動距離が単純に伸びてるからやっぱすごいですよね
I'm also gonna make mac and cheese. Other people are doing meat dishes, so you know. I figure I'd do a side.
さあ硬い立ち
あ
回りで
とこれは
勝利が通って
ワンチャンあるのか
おっと
おなんだいろいろ起きそう中段からピッピヨってララはスタンコンボが減りますが
Yes, it's going to be some fucking baked mac and cheese.
やっぱ一回型にはまっちゃうと強いですよねララは
I get paid for working the 4th of July, and I don't even work on the 4th of July. God bless America.
一瞬で体力持ってかれてしまうんで
特に駒投げなんかでピヨった日にはもう大変ですよね補正がないしまあトリガー中の駒投げはしかもダメージも高いんで
ジョグランさんが1試合選手
Also, I haven't taken a vacation in 3 years of working. God bless America.
うまいですね
ね
おっと体育しっかり
Also, I get 2 hours of sick time. 2 hours of sick time per month. God bless America. I got another invite to play Street Fighter 4 on Steam.
後ろに空間ができたのでじっくりバックステをして逃げていく
That towards 4 was super weird there. I think Sagat's pretty good here.
さんはうまくトリガーを発動して
This is a matchup where I consider him to be
しっかり上を見ていた
はい
quite strong.
ライキック対空あれも結構対空になりますからね
This only part. I spend the rest of my time jacking off and not working for sure you can. Not making videos for sure you can.
おっと
I should like go talk to whoever's currently in charge because I think there was just a shift in
こ
hands.
ちらのサガットが押している
Get the state of the
画面端を背負ってるはずなの
state
で
of
押
what's
している
going on. Sure you can wise.
玉内が
Sure you can does pay me.
あ
たまらずトリガー発動したんですが玉に当たってしまってコブスさんが取り返す
ーどうなんだろうな
さあララ側も近づきたいんですが
I'd be making the MKX videos, MK11 videos for sure you can tube.
さあ
V スキルで
But when the game came out, there was some wonkiness with the pay structure. So I was just like, whatever, I'll do it on my own channel.
この後の攻めは強い
しっかり V リバ玉に乗ってしまうこれはトリガーはあるが
いい形で発動できるかねこれは苦しいあーこれはおっと
Doing him for SRK would be a lot better for me though.
ステップ投げが通ってコブスさんがリーチ
Big happy. The characters I showed it on aren't the good characters to do it on.
苦しそうですが
そうですね
It's really strong on some particular characters. That being said, that video is still really good because it shows off some really crazy stuff. I did a nice partition in my Hugo combo.
うわこれは苦しい
And then I also show off the Hugo unblockable. So one, I show how to easily get any sort of conversion into a Hugo unblockable. And then 2, I show how to turn that Hugo unblockable into the Hugo chicken.
残りカスに当たって
So that's like 2 really, really big important things.
こよ
3人目マツさん、さあ残り4人いますけども、りんたろう軍。
That Hugo combo is something you'd probably like. That's something that like technically works, especially the way the super hits there. It's something that technically works, but like you'll almost never see it. The Hugo loop is super unusual. It's pretty precise. I don't get that much practice with it.
見ない組み合わせです
The Yun one's pretty good too. The Yun one looked like it was doing so much fucking damage and stun. It was. It's just that usually the Yun will block the jump medium kick and block the fucking booger, and then get hit by the stay medium kick. Because it'll fucking guard break.
が引っかかった時
So those did like, literally like, those loops did like double the damage they would normally do.
スライディングもあるんですね
そうですね。
So I killed Yum with like 2 bars.
当たんないのかもしれないですね。
飛びが火力が高い
1 Crota unblockable, 1 non-Crota.
EX タイガーで押し返したかったんですが、画面端はさすがに
But actually it would take more like 4 bars.
おっと
You'd have to like have full super meter.
トリガーからお置き攻め、これはミスったか。さあ投げで1ラウンド選手、トリガーがあったんで結構グラップ入れるの怖いですよね。
そうですね
低空がトリガー持ってるときは。
そうかしかもトリガーも下間抜けできちゃうから
そうなんですよね。
確かになかなか砲台モードにはなんとか上を落として
Unfortunately, there's no way to emulate human blocking in any third strike, so I had to like do it with my fingers. I had to like set player 1 to my pad and player 2 to my keyboard
これは
and do human blocking like that.
あるので、
And that was just to test it. I didn't do any human blocking in the video.
おっとこ
If you set it to auto block, it'll like guard against unblockables properly, which is not something a human can do.
これは辛そうだ。
飛び防止にもなって
If you do an unblockable perfectly, it'll literally be unblockable.
なんとか
No matter which direction you hold, no matter how fast you can swap block directions per frame.
倒していきましたね。次はデュドさん。デュドさん。
あマッチさんがリーグアップします
But the calm will still be able to block them.
マッツさんが今日もアケコンをアケコン置きっぱなしにしてる。
もう各所に置いてそう
Parries are really fun to do.
あーバ
ガチュウで落ちちゃうんですかね
対空しっかり出してればバリ側結構いけるんじゃないかなと。おっと
あー
開幕リベンジャー。
Is there any invincibility at all in the form swap? Like even a frame of it?
ヒットして
I feel like there isn't, but maybe there is when he's like poofing.
強いイメージが
You certainly couldn't use it like that.
安定が強いんで V スキル見てからスライディングを差し返していく。
スラが
投げて
この大勢が
リベンジャーは飛んでいく。
おお素晴らしい
おっとこれは EX リベンジャーが当たってさあトリガーがあるので当たってしまったらおっと
おー逆
トリガーが出なかったか。さあ持続で当てて
どっちも強いわ
おっとホーンが当たる。
早掛け見てから
ルドさんが1ラウンド選手。ただマッツさんはゲージが3本あるんで
あうまい
コンボになってしまえば火力が出るんですけども
Damn, it's already 8 p.m.
いやジャックパンチの牽制が強い
おっとスライディングめり込ませて
I like the third strike birdie outfit a lot.
もっと空対空になった形。いいよ
I don't even know what Streamlabs is.
と大に行けなかったか。
距離がちょっと難しかった
V スキルが拾えなかったのでおっと
I gotta have a Patreon where I release shit early. It's like, oh yeah, you can already watch 11 characters on MK11 if you're a Patreon member. Otherwise, you can only see the 8.
飛びが厳しそうですね。そうですね。真上のいい感じの飛びになってるんで、
Easy money.
あれぐらいの
Delayed releases are easy money.
真上の飛びは落とせないんじゃないでしょうか。さあ中継対空。リベンジャーを後ろダップ。
You want me to go full whore, like art? Donations of 1 cent or higher get an unlimited on-screen text-to-speech message. So someone just donates 1 cent and then the word butthole like 100 times. Alright, there's already a picture of my feet circulating. They're disgusting.
ああ、なるほど。これはそういうことですか。バーディーのジャンプ中 P。前捨て2回、3回。
I think that alpaca emote is bigger than the
5番の外からスライディング。
Twitch emote size.
ああ、これはでかい。さあ、後ろ投げから。足のバーディーは強いんですが、飛びが刺さってしまう。中央に戻して。ああ、対空出したんですが。
ARPK is the, I guess the hotel from the video. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to just be a reference to alpaca. Alpaca in Japanese. DDR. Not quite. Oh, he dropped it. That's annoying to do. I often fuck that up when I'm like trying to lab something relating to it. I'll like mess the first one up. Look at it dance. It's dancing too fast. It needs to slow down. I didn't do anything to remove the Oro's knees. It just stopped working. I don't know why. Bear.
では次は健太さん。希少種、ジュリ使いの中でも V トリガー2を使う希少種です。これが2のジュリ使いですか。だからそうですね。食らっちゃいけない指導技みたいなのが多分 V トリ1とまた違って。はい。
Yeah, I know about the on-screen. The on-screen sneeze sound effect. Oh wait, which bear? The bear in the back of the stage. Okay, now I misunderstood. Were we on the bear stage? Yeah, it never worked. I like tried to align it, but it would just like misalign every time. It's a mystery. I'm too dumb for this kind of thing. It would like auto cut off. I like tried to plan around it. I noticed during grand finals that Fujimura did not tech throws at all. Bonchan noticed too, but he was very timid about turning the throws on harder. But like he was throwing a lot and they were all working. Don't get me wrong, this is not a criticism. This is how the game is played at a high level. Yeah, Bonchan was going for shimmies a lot, especially early on. And like, Fujimura would just do nothing. It'd be like a double shimmy and Fujimura would just sit there. And then Bonchan would go for a throw and not Fujimura still wouldn't try to tech, even though he just showed off like a non-throw. You need to remember that's a thing. Like, not trying to fucking coach Fujimura here, but if you don't tech a double shimmy, your opponent sees that. They know that you didn't tech. Stand strong, stand strong. Is that in any way better than low strong, stand strong? I think it's the same damage. I want to say Zeku has all the same damage for all his mediums, because of the way his VT1 works. Maybe left forward's 50 instead of 60.
見てないと確かに
It's just randoms.
おっとってなってしまいますよね。
Japanese arcade.
リーグアップ
Look, it's your main.
闇ジュリなんですが結構ジュリ側の技の相性とキャミーは良くて、結構判定負けするんですよね、キャミー側が。僕も勇気使う前、ちょっとキャミーに困ってて。
I believe that everyone looks awkward on a face cam,
いけるみたいな。
and thus I would look super omega awkward on a face cam.
練習していた時期がありました。
I would set the bar for awkward streamer.
そっちに行ってしまったんですけど。おっと、中継トリガーから EX。
I like how that's the best thing BT2 has, and it still sucks. I forget the setup, but Bonchon had some setup where he like whiffed a button, then did light Rasenha point blank, and it like made a throw whiff. I was like, goddamn. Using light Rasenha like a upside down kick. Alright, what do you guys think of my idea? I'm gonna get a hand cam, and I'm gonna paint my nails. Different color every time. And I'll say I just want pretty nails. There's nothing wrong with having good hand maintenance. And then I'll transition and become a cam whore.
もう大将いっちゃいました。稲葉さん、お任せします。ジュリなんて知らねえかな。V32 もやっぱりめったに見ない。あんな立ち中継先端からキャンセルでいけるんですね。対戦したことないです。
Look, it's your other main. Spab, where are you? Look. Spooky. Let's see what great things this Ibuki does. Oh, never mind. PayPal donations. I'm just gonna do an ASMR video one of these days. I'll get enough demand for it.
まだ続いてる。まだ続いとってましたね。結構長い。そう削りに行こうと思ったら。
I played a bunch of SF5 the other day. There was a guy who was like, he was the guy who asked me to do commentary for Third Strike this coming 3rd of July at Wednesday Night Fights. Holding a bi-weekly Third Strike tournament at Wednesday Night Fights. Wants me there to compete and also to commentate. I played him in some SF5. His rank was silver, but he played better than a silver, but he didn't play better than a gold. He like did some things that were silver level and some things that were platinum level. I think I won. We played like 30 matches, and I think I lost like 2. And one of them was the very first one, and I was roasty as fuck. I might have lost 3. His neutral was quite good. His neutral was maybe in diamond level, mid-screen. It was like actually good.
わーうまい。次のジャンプジャック
But then he would like just
すごい
like
強いよね。
be stupid. Be like, I haven't jumped in a while, let me jump in. Even though I'd anti-aired him successfully from his last like 20
あ
jumps.
れがお上手。読み合いが強いですね。おっと
I could literally just hang around the range where he liked to jump and wait for him to jump and he would do it every time.
さあフォローして、
Nice.
さあしっかりリーサルルート。あれはもうちょっともったいない形になったか。あれ弱中強生発動だったよね。いや
A fail ASMR.
だったら
Man apologizes for hitting your dog with a car.
なるほど。発動のパターンで。
そう
What do you guys think?
少ないそうねそう EX 少ない発動なら昔と同じで。
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I should have been looking where I was driving.
さあ稲葉君が取り返してすげえ先端。
I've never had a dog. Were you close to it? I really fucked this one up.
あれは残機みたいに持続水になるんですかね、空中ヒット。
The ASMR game has changed ever since Funky Kong drives you home from the airport. Oof. Is that from a jump back? No. Can you even do that from a jump back? I don't feel like you can, but maybe you can. I think it has to be a neutral jump or a forward jump. I don't even remember if it works from a neutral jump. I think it does.
ソドム確かにいいクラカン。
中継。
I never fucked around with Air Ikinage that much.
いい読み。さあタッチ中キック発動からあれはなんかね、
Ibuki's Ikinage air version. Oh, any jump. Maybe you just wouldn't do it from jump back. The only times I can think of I ever fucked around with it were forward jump for that fake cross-up setup and post EXDP.
というわけで、りんたろうさんか。
対処一撃は。
さあ、対象対決まで来ました。もう、初めて見たトリガー2。
Those seem to be the most overtly useful times for it. Maybe the only useful times for it.
自分のゲージが
But I don't know, there's some tricky stuff. Like, what if you jump out of a throw in the corner?
ジュリ側のゲージは増えるんだ。
Then you Ikinage while you're up there.
あ、ないと吸えないの。でもなんか
ゲージがなかったら吸えない。
相手固めてるときはなんか吸えてなかったように見えたんで、なんか多分
That might be good, maybe, I don't know.
刀なの。あれってなんか判定違うの。
わかんないですよ。一緒なんじゃないですか。
刀の方が強そうだけど。
確かに。
と言ってる間に対象
Whenever I see Chun-Li being played, I'm like, I want to play this character, and then I play her, and I'm like, I don't want to play this character anymore.
りんたろうさん演武事件がありましたから。さあ今日はどうなる。いい持続当て。
持続限定。
持続限定。よく
I lost a hit, I think.
やっぱチュンリーの
まあ確かに。
頑張りどころですね。さあ受け身をしっかり埋めていると思ったら後ろ
受け身が見えなくて大惨事。
まあ画面端はねやっぱ見づらいですね。
あ
その後ろに下がるかどうかっていうのでもやっぱある程度見分けがつきやすい範疇なんだけど画面端は
見えない。
そうそうそう。さあ低空百率今1周2周回ってまた超強いです。
一周二周回って強い。
やっぱくぐりたくなる距離で撃たれると確実に刺さる。特に通常技対空のキャラは刺さっちゃいますね。くぐりたいんで。伊吹の武器はええのかってやっぱダメでしょうね本当は。
武器の武器はこれはダメでしょうね。
さあこの後の表裏は見えない。
厳しい。
さあ取り返してお互いフルゲージですね。
確かに。
Yo, Sakura stand strong is pretty good normal, but what do I do to get Ibuki stand strong?
あの技強そう。
そうあの技軸ずれっていうか後ろに下がるんでフレーム通りに暴れても
SF5 was very kind to stand strong.
刺さないでむしろ確定するみたいな。
Every stand strong in the whole game is really busted.
さ
Chun-Li's is busted too.
全投げやってこれは死なない
Cool.
けど
Oh, not cool.
あーけど埋まるのねそうあれね実は好きないのよ絶対に反撃できると思って暴れて釣られるむしろそっちの方が美味しいまであるとか言ってたらこれはいや残るけど残るんだこれ残るけどドットですねさあこの後のドットは死ぬほどチュンリー強い。うわめくった知らねえこれかっけえ。
The actual buttons she's hitting are often really different. The goal, it depends.
お披露目ですね。おーいいめくりですね。でも踏んだってことはあの後もまだもう一回多分そうジャンプ中キックやっててか踏みかジャンプ遅らせ中キックやってもう一回要素が待ってる。いぶきがもうゲージそっからかんだったので無敵がなかったので
Stand short was way in the space. I don't think Chun-Li had an anti there at all. Background house I don't think was good. Background house has a pretty good range for people jumping over Chun-Li's head, but once they actually make it behind her, it like sucks. The hitbox is a bit dishonest.
当たり方といえば当たり方。ああ、いぶきがオラついていく。オラついてますね。さっきの1試合前に比べると結構オラついてますよね。そうですね。まあちょっと流れを変えるというか。
Oh yeah, the link, you guys see that? The link from fucking Back Strong.
地上戦はチュンリーかなり強いんで。
He complete it. That's the secret Ibuki confirm. Back Strong staying short. Chun-Li wiggles back and forth and hits slow forward and throws fireballs. She's done that every single game. I guess in third sec she doesn't throw fireballs, she just wiggles back and forth and hits slow forward.
なんか足の先っちょになんか戻ってきた手裏剣がかすった普通に当たりそう。いいでしょ。というわけで2対2、さあ1対1すみません、並びました。内足カウンター確認しっかりして持続埋め。今度は投げ返して。
Beating armor, baby. Yeah, it's secret because it's shitty. Sakura stand forward is +3. And she can lick a crouch jab. It is utterly and completely useless because you'd have to do a point blank stand forward with Sakura, which is like horrible. It doesn't do anything. But it's just kind of funny that you can confirm out of it.
ちょっと一部キャラは弱いですけど、それでもこれは確認しっかり大パントリガーから。対空ジャンプ大パンから流れ変わりましたね。あれチュンリーの結構強いムーブっていうか対空きついんですけど、あれができちゃうと一気に表裏
Left forward into fireball is great with Sakura.
これで一気に画面端投げて
But it's not great because it combos, because it actually frequently doesn't combo.
ノーマルヒットしてるってことはそういうことなんですよ。そうですね。
It's great because it's pretty safe.
の浮いてすぐ攻撃出る技ってずるいですよね。まあ言うていぶきも全投げ持ってっから、そう同情の余地なしなんですけど。同情の余地なし。って言いながら自分のリーダーなんで頑張ってくれ。やばい。ああ追突強い。
If she does like stand strong, low forward fireball, the opponents push back so that the fireball, instead of being like -7 or whatever, it'll usually only be like -4 to -1.
抑え切ってリベンジ成功。おめでとうございます。いいおめでとうございます。
But you still can't push buttons in the middle of it unless the buttons are invincible moves.
優勝です。なんか喋りたいことありますか？
It leaves you a lot further away than like a Touhou.
人生で初めて勝ちました。
Semi-Neem kick from Sakura is pretty... I haven't figured out what it does yet. I don't want to say it does nothing. But it sure doesn't seem to do much. It really just has bad range. It like goes less far than low forward, which is like a low. And it's slower. It doesn't have conversions. Tired. Stay medium kick into VT activation allows a link into Tatsu, but it's still not great. She'd rather do her other confirms. I've watched your Bafale channel. That's not a typical way to phrase that. Also, hi. Hola. As you put it. Oh, is this one of those guys? This is one of those guys, isn't it? It's a robot. He's offering to design an overlay and logo, and he said my channel with the name. Yup, it's a robot. He doesn't talk like a human because he's not a human. Retro is one of the best games. I feel so bad thinking about a little streamer who like gets like 2 viewers an hour. And like see someone like that come in and takes it 100% at face value. I guess I feel bad whenever anyone preys on the vulnerable. And little streamers are the vulnerable. Whatever character, I got another invite for SF4. Whatever character you want to learn in SF3, just go straight to them. Don't like learn fucking... Don't be like, oh, I want to learn how to play fucking Chun-Li eventually, so I'll start on fucking Elena now. Just do it, just go to whoever. If you want to play Sean, play Sean. Game's already dead, you can play whoever you want. I've never like made a video about this, but the mental component is a million times more important and a lot more volatile when it comes to learning characters. People frequently come at me, or like just other people, with that question. It's like, who should I learn to like get good at the game? And it's like, if you want me to say like some hard character, some character with like every single component so that you can learn all the components, I feel like that's very different from how someone would actually learn how to play a fighting game, first of all. It's very different from the actual experience of almost every fighting game player. Oh, I love that combo. But more importantly, if you don't have fun, you're gonna stop. People are so afraid of like being limited physically. It's like, oh man, like I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna plateau and it's gonna be horrible, and like I'm not gonna be able to improve. I'm not gonna be a good enough player, and then I'm gonna like throw the game away, whatever. But they don't realize that if they play a character they don't fucking care about or like, they're just gonna throw the game away anyway, and that's a lot more common. That's something that happens to a lot more people. I've seen a lot of cases of it's just like I fucking Gen's so hard, but he's so cool. I'll be like, you know, I'll train myself to be a great Gen player, and they play Gen, they hate him, and then they just give up the game just because they're trying to become like an execution god. I want to play Yun because he's top tier, and then they pick Yun and they don't like it and they put down the game forever. The most important thing when you're playing a fighting game is your motivation. That matters a lot more than anything else. You have to do whatever you can to keep that motivation high. Even if a character sucks, you'll become a better player of that character if you don't give up than if you pick like a good character and then do give up. And people are always like, oh, I've got fucking, you know, motivation's not something I have to worry about. That's something that like quitters have to worry about. Motivation matters for everyone, even like the pros. We're talking about third strike, Ken. Crouch medium punch has a more recessed start box. Doesn't give you as much time for the super link. I think stand medium punch is going to be wonky on some crouching characters too, from far out. Both standing and low medium punch are pretty nice for Ken. But because crouch medium punch doesn't go as far, it's not parry bait the way that stand medium punch might be. Can't parry a move that doesn't hit. It sounds weird, but that's how it is. Nice. I like activations like that. I do that with Sakura here and there. I play differently when I'm playing someone who I know is new. I would never play like a fucking worse character. I might play like one of my sub characters, but that's not really the same thing. Just a character I'm worse with. But I do change tactics, but usually it'll be like I'll move to gimmicks, but not like gimmicks like not like I'm trying to hit them with shit they've never seen, although I am. I'll be hitting them with shit they've never seen either way. But I'll move to things where there's a hard counter that they can find. So like if I'm playing Oro versus someone who like doesn't know, who's like brand new to the game, instead of going for the SA2 stuff, I'll start spending my meter on EX Fireball, unblockables, which you can just roll out of. I feel like that's good practice for me and them. I get to fool around with something I don't fool around with that much, and they get to find a situation where they can conceivably find a way out, and then learn the way out. I move to scenarios where there's a good thing that they can find. It's a very strange chat. If you don't play like a human, the opponent won't learn how to play against a human. I learned quite a while ago now that it's really hard to play like a bad player. Well, it's really easy to play like a bad player if you don't know how to play. But like, if you're good, playing bad on purpose might not be the way that you would think to do it. Like what I did right at the beginning, when it was like my first time playing against like my friends when they were like bad, and I never like had to play like below my skill level on purpose. I would just like clam up, not clam, but like, you know, I would like turtle. Not that I think turtling is bad or the wrong play, but like, you know, I would just give them their turn way too much. Which if I was trying, no matter what my skill level, wouldn't be what I would do. A lot of being good is knowing the right sequences of attacks to go for. No matter the game. I'm not just talking about turn taking and plus frames and whatnot. But you don't, it's hard to like force yourself to use the wrong sequences of attacks. It's easy to not use the right sequences of attacks, but like the wrong ones is more tricky. Good matches that I remember in SF5, like some set between good players that super stuck with me. It's harder than SF4. After I do a blocked close strong with Aura, if I do a stand roundhouse, it often beats like anything the opponent does. And I know the characters and what their options are, where the stand roundhouse won't beat that. And then I know to anticipate those attacks. So like stand strong into stand roundhouse is a very natural sequence for me. But, you know, if I know that it's extremely liable to hit, I might not hit it just knowing that I'm gonna, you know. It's like, oh, I don't want to hit him with this stand roundhouse. I'll just not do it. But there are sequences of buttons that are just bad. Like I get an awkward, like long range, like close range far medium kick or something like that. Ooh. Matches I rewatched in SF5. Off the top of my head, Punk versus Tokido was a good one. Let me think. Quick Player keeps inviting me. Stop it. Nobody's made furry art of me that you know of. No one's made furry art of me that I know of. Infiltration had a bunch of matches I went and rewatched. He's a good one. Most of my experience with this game and spectating it is like watching fucking Carozo fucking uploads on YouTube in bed. I mean, I watch tournaments and shit too, but a lot of it's just Japanese online like replays. With Nauman and fucking Urio and shit. That shit's instructional. Entertaining too, for me. Yeah, getting ready for sleep put on SF5. Correct. What about breast, panty, hip? I watch any of them. Doesn't have to be a character I play. I find most characters in this game approximately equally entertaining. That wasn't true for SF4. How'd that jump short not kill? No, I'm about to sleep. I feel like Sagat should be able to do EX low tiger shot into Kara angry scar DP. But also I feel like that would like kill EX high tiger shot. If you could just do everything with the low tiger shot. Combo wise. Bunchon makes the guy look pretty good. Oh, I didn't answer that question. An equivalent to Infiltration versus Momochi in SF4. I feel like there have been some matches where it really came to a head how silly something was in this game. But like, as just like a prelude to a patch. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm confident there have been some. Like some tournament where like Chun-Li staying short anti-air was just doing way too much work. And then not so long after, fucking anti-air light normal nerfs or whatever. Not so long after, Ryu nerfs. I can't think of a... I'm sure if I think long enough, I'll think of a specific, like, change in a patch. The thing about the Momochi versus Infiltration is there was no patch. People would forget about something like that if it was addressed, but it was never addressed. I guess Abigail would be the go-to, right? There were like several tournaments where Itazan was playing Abigail when he was like, you know, getting Crumple, staying fierce into like 80% combos. They nerfed that, so people don't really talk about it that much anymore. Every now and then someone's like, hey, remember Season 3 Abigail or whatever. Season 2 Abigail? Itazan would be like one of the go-tos. Itazan versus, who was it? Kozunoko? Would probably be the closest to Momochi versus Infiltration. I think it was Itazan versus Kozunoko, right? There was like some Japanese Topanga tournament thing, and Itazan like beat Kozunoko, and Kozunoko like didn't want to shake his hand. And in that match, like Kozunoko ate like fucking tons of Abigail bullshit. I can't believe it took me that long to think of Abigail. Yeah, 3 Nashes. That's a good one. Elijah being there at all. He's not a bad player, it's just, you know. It's like when Henry Sen made fucking top 8 Evo. How'd that happen? Short answer. Honda was busted. Not that Henry Sen sucks. Just, you know. Top 8 of Evo is not a place you're supposed to be if you don't deserve to be there. She's done it super. Yeah, everyone's so weak in SF5, we should have just had buffs. You're preaching to the choir. This is truly one of the greatest examples of a game where everyone does have room to go up. I like where dive kicks are right now. I like where the balance of the game is right now, but I already said that.
何キャラ
Things have gotten very nice and smooth.
30? なるほど、まあ、30はね大変だよなキャラ対策めっちゃ多いっす
I think the things that really sealed it for me were the damage nerfs.
アレックスは
It
削除
was the scaling nerf
そうか
on V-Trigger and the scaling nerf on Crush Counter.
マーチさんはアレックスは削除という
Made the game feel so much better. I'm telling people it's the
30
damage.
はねちょっと多いっすね
Well, for me, it's the damage. Obviously, there's some character changes that I thought were very welcome too.
Karin のコンボ練習
I've never labbed which shoulders you can get run slide after.
そのなんだろ
It might be all of them.
う難しいコンボとかはしてないですけど簡単なコンボだけはしました
What's like the thing that I hated balance-wise? I didn't like Via Wrestle into Super from Zangief. That felt stupid.
うえい
I probably only ate that like once or twice ever. But it's just really silly. I remember watching Slam Man do it to a lot of different people. He's done it at least once to me. But it's just goofy.
まあ練習したといっても開け出てちょっとしてぐらいだったかななんでもうすでに相当たるんでるっていうそれすらも難しいっす
It's momentum. It's not even just momentum, it's downtime too. SF4 has more downtime.
あれっすよねなんかなんて言うんだろ
It's easier to get out of a scenario without taking damage in SF4.
肩パンしてスパキャンだったら倒せるみたい
And
な
also there's a little bit more time where neither player can be doing something or only one player can be doing something in
自信
SF4,
なくてでも生じゃ死なねえだろうなぐらいに思っちゃった
where your inputs don't matter. Because of the way that quick standing works in this game, because of the lack of hard knockdowns. The way the combos are shorter.
練習しろって話なんですけどね
The time where only one player is doing something is just less.
練習しておきます
Because you're always at the wheel, that makes it feel faster.
クレイトスだよさんまあ確かに
Nice.
ね
Nah, he was too far away for that BT2 hit. He was outside the range, for sure. I was looking at that when it happened.
あトリガーは何も教えてもらってないので使い方が分かりませんガーキャンだけしてればいいよみたいな感じで言われたんで
Zeku can dodge attacks with his VT1 teleport.
まあ14の話戻りますけどなんか
Yeah, SF5 feels more continuous than SF4 to play.
なんか14自体もちょっとなみたいな感じっぽいですね
I'd bring 2 Fei Links. 1 is too small, 3 is too big. 2 is a good number for me. It's just like auto-plinking on everything. But no, if Link heavy... I really like the way linking works in SF3. It's just Link a raw super. Which is pretty easy to do because you've got the piano. I think different characters should have different emphasis. I think that's how I like it. There should be some Link monsters and some Juggle monsters. And some characters with just no real combos at all, but like maybe better neutral for it or something like that. In SF5, everyone has like a +6 move somewhere. And that's almost invariably the start of their fucking punish. Or the start of their confirm.
どうなんですかね、明けだと ぱ強紅より強かった時が一番やってたんじゃないですかね、みんな。まあ俺の周りではあのバージョンがなんだかんだアーケーの中では一番面白かったっていう声が多いかな。なかなか減る。
I like what they did with Sakura, where like one of her main starters isn't even a Link.
減りもイケメンだ
Crouch
し
Fierce,
エンディもイ
fucking
ケメン
medium
だし
Tatsu.
まあ強いて言えばね、無敵昇竜がないぐらい。
You can have like stuff like that.
まあ、あのゲームはもうちょっとだけ発動にリスクあってもいいのかなって思います。見てて思いましたけどね。
That's not Links. Excuse me.
当た
Keep
っての
yawning.
コンボ当たってなかったら攻め系はやっぱ強かったですね。めくれない。無責任発動が無責任すぎて、そうですね。集団発動とかね、その二択発動から攻め系ですからね。
I think the thing about SF5 is
それ
that
がすごいですよね。
extreme strengths. I don't think there's anything wrong with extreme strengths in fighting games, other than it's kind of hard to balance. The problem with SF5 is that there have been characters with extreme strengths coexisting in a game with characters with no extreme strengths.
まあ、あと
And it's not like the all-around characters are
結構
better
許すけど
at being all around.
ね、相手を飛び越える
It'll be like
飛び越え
Ibuki's
られ
got
る
like
下がった方が
fucking
ダメにするっていうのも
EX Kunai for
まあたまにあ
her
るっていうのも
extreme strength or whatever. EXR Kunai, EX Ground Kunai, either one. Pick your fucking poison. It'll be like her coexisting with like a fair character, and her fair stuff is like just as good as the fair character
そうなか
stuff.
なかありますね。
Not that I think Ibuki's broken. Not that I think that any version of Ibuki in SF5 was broken. Even the stronger versions of her. But you see what I'm saying. It feels gross when there's a character who has something that's like, you know, an extreme strength in the same game as Falk, as pre-buff Falk. If Vega had some extreme strength to compensate for fucking, you know, Kami's extreme strength, it was like, oh, Vega, Kami's got dive kicks that fuck with Vega's anti-airs, but Vega can, like, keep Kami out on the ground or something like that.
これ開け絶対見えない
Then it would feel fine.
行動があるのもなかなか
This character's good at this and that character's good at that. Would be great. It's just that frequently it was this character's good at this and okay at everything else, while this other character is just okay at everything.
最初の頃の俊英君存在感なかったですね。
So the extreme strengths just turn into balance issues.
A のジャンプブットバとジャンプ D と ND を手に入れてしまって変わっちまいましたね、彼は。あとやっぱ遅い昇竜拳は強い部分が多々あるっていうのも。
In SF3, DPs are often like a crutch. I didn't hate them in that game.
ちょっとやりすぎでしたね。
They were like almost a sign of weakness in that game, although it depended on the character and how the player was using the DPs. They weren't like a core part of the mix-up. In SF4 and SF5, they are a core part of the mix-up. So like even a good player should occasionally DP, just because it prevents of what it prevents.
青い花の隙がなさ
Keeps
す
them
ぎる
safer
この
from
キャラは
50-50s, because it forces the opponent to bait.
いや隙がとかじゃなくて派生ディレイ食らった方が高えっていうそれはやりすぎやった何でも判定そうっすまあライデンで学ぶべきでしたね何でも判定のドロップキックはダメだよっていう何でも判定ではねえのか何でも判定っていうか
I'm telling you, Capcom thinks that Claw is his strongest when he's lost the claw.
そうなんか普段出せないキャンセルルートで
That's why it works the way it does. That's why you can't pick it back up. Just because it's supposed to be just a straight buff when he loses it. I don't know if I believe that. I kind of almost feel that. He gets the best possible frame data on his claw swaps. If he gets the claw knocked off.
まあそこまでいかれたライデンとかね
And he gets always the optimal enders of his claw swaps if he gets the claw knocked off.
14は他のキャラがまだちょっとまともなキャラが多少いたからそこに放り込んじゃまず
You always get the non-claw enders, which are stronger and more versatile.
あれそうなんですか
Because there's no claw. So you're always doing a swap into non-claw stance.
あの束のやつかな
Why am I watching this? I'm like super tired. I really need to sleep. I've been awake for a while. I don't think it's that common. Wake up play DP. It's more common than wake up fucking EX DP and heavy DP. Wake up anything DP is not common from third strike Ken though. I see like delayed or staggered jab DP. Jab DP from far away maybe.
まあそうですねゲージ回収
He had the TC to kill. No link again.
まあよく見
Oh, it works, right? No, maybe it doesn't.
同じのが
I thought that was plus 4.
ちょっと時間稼いで強いコパ
I
を
thought they like buffed it to be plus 4 so that staying short would link. So you could get an EX like
ジャンシーでめ
elbow.
くってドロップキック当てて2ゲージスカポンではい終わりっていう
And those shorts also 4 frame, I'm pretty sure. For Laura.
あれはなかなか対戦してて不快なんじゃないですかねって思いますコパンこすり食らっちゃダメ
She's gotta be
なかなか
trigger.
きついっすよね
That's it. Plus 2 outside
どうしようもね
trigger.
えしだい
I can't take this anymore, I gotta sleep. It's been good. I got a lot of streaming in. 7 hours worth. But now I'm too tired.